What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the ASL Season 21. We're going into Group B after a pretty epic day one of Group A.
Yeah. Group A was a lot of fun. It was great to see Rain actually come out on top there and Sharp advancing as well. So no big upsets as of yet, but only one group done. I'm sure there's some to come.
Yeah, it's going to be another very Terran-heavy group here today. Although, as we said yesterday, we're expecting a decent number of Terrans to get shaved off as we get, especially into the round of 8. But basically, for every advancing phase here for the ASL. So another 3 Terran group here for us.
Yeah. And, we do expect 2 of them to fall out. Since Soulkey's in this group, you would imagine that is going to be a pretty Soulkey favored group. Really, Zerg vs. Terran is where he's made a lot of his money. Like, he's become almost invincible in it. But you never know with the cheeses that are going to come up. You never know. It could have some upsets today.
So this is recorded the night, I should say, after it's happened. The VOD is then uploaded onto our SOOP pages. This was a requirement from SOOP for us to continue doing this. And it'll stay there for a day or 2 and then be uploaded to YouTube where most of you are watching it. So if you want to watch this as soon as possible, be tracking our SOOP accounts. We're going to have our bots on our streams promoting this as well. We'll be tweeting about it as well. But it may be a day or 2 late if you are used to watching it on YouTube. So all you got to do to find the VODs is go to our SOOP pages. It's not behind a paywall or anything, and you can check us out there.
That's right. And we'll make sure we're putting the links up just about everywhere we can think of. It's actually the VOD overall will be quicker than any other season. If you are willing to watch on SOOP. If not, it'll be like the YouTube timing will be similar to what it was a couple years ago, I guess. But not the YouTube will be a little bit slower than it was last year, basically. That's the way that it's going to be going moving forward. Just to let you guys know, and again, we'll put links everywhere we possibly can for that.
So you can see our group lineup here. Like we said before, a lot of Terrans. Group E is going to be insane. A 4 Terran group. But we do have tomorrow our only non-Terran group. 4 Zs and a P.
Yeah. And we only have one group that has all races in it. And that group is actually really fun as well. So looking forward to that. But yeah, looking at today's group, Soulkey, Ample, JYJ, SOC, I think it's hard to choose what Terran should be advancing. And honestly, like, for Soulkey, he might want to, like, overpool to open here today a little bit. If I'm Ample, I would actually be flipping a coin whether or not I was going to do a complete one-base all-in on him. You know? Like, it seems like a reasonable, like, it's Soulkey. You're not going to beat him in a macro game. You may as well just make 2 barracks on the center of the map, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, Soulkey has been insanely dominant in StarCraft. I mean, when Flash left the scene, I really didn't expect there would be one player who would just start to win everything in ASL. But, it's funny. Tastosis and I were kind of saying this before, that it seemed like Soulkey was due to win an ASL for some time, and he finally rose to the occasion several times. The fact that he was eliminated last season was, I guess, a bit of a surprise to everybody. So certainly he's going to be approaching this Group B with caution.
Yeah, I think he should play it kind of carefully because realistically, like, if he gets into a macro game, he's pretty favored against all of them. But they all have really different styles too, to be fair. Ample used to play a really super hyper aggressive, like, stim-based timing Terran vs. Zerg. He's really changed the way he plays recently and has a much fuller range than he ever had before. And then you look at, like, the JYJ, he's like one of the best SK players in the world, like Marine Medic, Science Vessel type players. But that has really fallen off. Like, Terrans are well, I'll talk later. Bye.
Hello and welcome to Group B of the round of 24 here at ASL Season 21, done in partnership with Google Play. Yesterday's Group A concluded with Rain and Sharp emerging victorious as they are headed towards the round of 16. Today Today what awaits you is Group B, with 3 Terran and 1 Zerg player. Let's meet our players and have a quick chat. Hi. Hi. Let's first talk to Soulkey. It's been donkey's years since we've seen you in the round of 24. You went for a 3-peat, a 4-peat, and now you are back in the round of 24. How does it feel? It has been a while indeed. My form has dropped a bit, to be honest. I'm a little worried. If this was back in the day, there would be no reason to worry about losing to these hillbilly Terrans. But given how it is with me being weaker in recent times, I'm slightly concerned. We've only just started introducing ourselves and the Terrans' faces are already clouding over. Well, it can't be helped that you will have the upper hand mentally in any case. However, with you getting eliminated last season, which came as an unexpected shock to everyone, many people will be worried about your journey this season. What is it like for you? Is it better to be playing without such weight of expectations like before? Yes, now I feel relaxed. With today's games, I'll be able to show what my form is like nowadays. If I lose, then it means I'm not in shape. And if I advance, then it means I've still got it. With these resolute words, it kind of makes me feel that you have indeed prepared for this. Let's talk to Ample now as well. Hello. Hi. This makes it 2 seasons back-to-back that the fans get to hear from you in the round of 24. What's your condition like going into this season? It's not bad. You know, to be honest, it's been a while since season 16 when you last made the round of 16. Right. Do you expect to have sufficient chances of making it through today's group? Today, well, there's a 4-peat Soulkey next to me, and when it comes to these hillbilly Terrans, these two are actually quite tough opponents for me. I'm not happy with this group, but I prepared diligently regardless. You said that you practiced so hard your wrists felt like they were breaking. It sounds to me your practice regimen for this tournament was ever so intense. How did you feel warming up today? No difference to how I feel playing at home. I played off stream like the female streamers whenever they prepare for their matches. I'll do well. It's difficult to find any hint of actual worry in Ample. Let's say hi to JYJ as well. Hi. Hi. Just like last season, you have once again ended up in a 3-Terran group. How would you rate this group in terms of difficulty? Honestly, if you can't play well yourself, that's what makes a group difficult. Last season, I didn't play well, so the group felt tough. And it's kind of similar this season. It would appear that you yourself did not feel satisfied with your performance last season. But you do have a championship run under your belt, so I bet you're looking for a deep run once again this season. Back then, the round of 16 was kind of a given. I think I'm suffering now because I got a bit too familiar. So you're determined, but in a different way? Yes, I am determined in an honest manner this season. Soulkey has just talked about you guys being hillbilly Terrans, but hearing this just cannot sit right with you, JYJ. After all, you are a former champion. That's rich coming from someone who lost to KOP. What he says doesn't faze me. Soulkey, why are you rubbing your forehead? I retract my previous statement. I'm looking forward to playing with these respectable Terrans. Quick reflection from Soulkey there. Let's talk to sSak as well. The momentum he carried through the qualifiers was something else. You beat Mini with a win-loss win. I'm sure that filled you with different expectations going into Group B. What do you say? Yeah, that was a tough win. Honestly, if I don't make it through this group, then it means I couldn't make it through at all. I'll try my best to advance. Well, it has been quite some time since we saw you take part in the group selection ceremony. You made the round of 16 in seasons 14 and 15, and it has been 4 years since. What makes me think that this is your chance is that in season 14, you were in the same group with both Soulkey and JYJ, when you beat JYJ twice to advance. You do remember, right? To be frank, not really. I don't really remember. But I think JYJ is worse now than he was back then. Honestly, I think I might have a shot. JYJ, what do you have to say to SAK's evaluation saying that you play worse than you did in Season 14? I can't remember either. You don't remember losing? I do not, so I'm not sure what to say. Wow, it was such an uneventful match apparently that neither can remember playing it. I can't wait to see what today's game between you two ends up looking like. Now, the reason I feel Soulkey might be content with this group is that he has made a 3-Terran group before in the group selection, and your fame in Versus Terran is well deserved. What do you say? That was when I played well. Now I'm a little worried. But I played a bunch yesterday and things went well, so I am confident. He is confident, Soulkey says. There was also that time in Season 16 where Soulkey reverse swept JYJ in the round of 8. I'm sure it must hurt JYJ. But that's Soulkey. And this Soulkey are different. Isn't that so? Why are you bringing this up? Hey, it's all out in the open, but look, even Soulkey says himself that his form has deteriorated. What I meant is that this might be a good chance for you to get your revenge. My plan for today is to not focus on Soulkey, but rather advance off the back of TVT and then meet somewhere higher up. That's more meaningful. So I'm not thinking about him today. Got it. We definitely are in store for some heated TVT today from our Terrans. The different Terrans, they're all really hungry for a round of 16 appearance. That's perhaps why this should be fierce. SAK, do you have one Terran here that you would really like to beat? It's not that I want to beat Ample, but if Ample sends me home, that just won't do. Oh, you just cannot lose to Ample. Let's throw the same question over to Ample. This Terran I have to beat. I don't think SAK and I will play at all. Ample says they won't even meet. I still think they're both wary of one another. Good. Let's close things out with our players' final remarks ahead of Group B. Soulkey, it's been a while since I played. I'll have a good showing in advance. JYJ, I'll make sure to advance once again. Good. SAK, I'll let Soulkey go first and I'll take second. SAK is thinking about the bigger picture. And lastly, a word from Ample, please. I'll give Soulkey another shock like the one he got from KOP. Got it. Looking forward to great games. Thanks for the interview. Thank you. We've just heard from our 4 players ahead of Group B, who will move on to the round of 16. It's time to start the matches of Group B.
All right,
guys, we're ready to get into this.
Yeah. Woo. I'm excited. Soulkey, JYJ, SOC, Ample. It is a hard prediction, I think, between the Terran players, right? Because it's pretty easy to be like, yeah, Soulkey should be getting out of here. Who knows? Maybe they brought some crazy builds. The thing is, TVT between these 3, none of these 3 are really known for having, like, super tip-top TVT, right? It's not like the last group where we can look at them and be like, well, Sharp is just godly compared to the other 2. I don't feel like that's the case with any of these 3 guys.
It is going to be a group where whoever does end up having the best TVT is probably going to advance. Yeah. I think Soulkey is going to get out of here probably pretty quickly. His ZVT is almost eerie, how good it is and how flawless he seems to play the matchup. With no clear weakness either, by the way. So, yeah, my bet is it's going to come down to whoever's got the strongest TVT today. And, it's funny. I've never really seen these 3 Terran players together, but I'm on the exact same page as you are, Tastosis. I don't think there's one that's clearly better than the other. Yeah. And honestly, when I think of TVT, neither of these 3 players ever cross my mind.
No, they don't too much. I know that JYJ beat Mind in his finals of that ASL. That was kind of a weird ASL that he ended up winning. But
right.
I guess that says something. Like, his TVT was definitely looking good there. I do think JYJ is, like, slightly better than the other 2 players historically. But honestly, right now, Ample and SOC are both in really good shape. They're both really peaking right now.
So Soulkey really filled in the vacuum that Flash created when he backed away. And, honestly, I wonder if even if Flash was playing, if Soulkey would have won a couple of those ASLs. I mean, the way he was playing was so god tier, so perfect. And he's only just recently been usurped.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's, some relic from the past.
No.
It's not the way we would talk about Larva or Queen, who also were on top of the whole world and top tier Zergs. I mean, Soulkey is very recently by far the best.
Yeah.
In Korea. And, it's going to be interesting with Flash here because I expect Soulkey to be on some kind of bracket trajectory where he will eventually have to meet Flash here, assuming neither get eliminated.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good read there. Like, I think that is something that we'll likely see. Yeah, I don't know. If Flash were playing at the time, I don't think Soulkey wins all 4, but I think he still wins some of them. Like, he was too strong. He was peaking too high. It was crazy. But, looking here today, it's best of ones. This is the most dangerous stage of the tournament. People can just go out that should not because it is best of one. You get a bad opener, and suddenly it's like, oh, man, you're really fighting uphill.
Yeah, I mean, best of ones are super punishing. So you really got to play with caution here. One cheese, and it's just another ladder game, man. You're knocked out. But we're going to be going to Octagon here, one of our new maps for the season. Soulkey versus Ample, starting now. Okay, cross spawns here. Soulkey in the bottom left and Ample in the top right.
Okay, very cool. Ample is someone who has really been working on his play lately. He was known as the most aggressive Terran pro. And you might recall, we had him in a couple seasons of KSL, if I recall correctly. He's been in ASL a few times, but really was inconsistent because he was kind of predictable. It's like, yeah, he's going to do stim rushes against Zerg. He's going to play kind of cheesy TVT, and he's going to do 3 factory after expansion builds and 2 fact rushes against Protoss, right? So that was kind of what he was known for a long time, but this guy has been grinding the ladder like no one else. And by the way, 8 racks. I was saying to you before that we should see this from him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has.
Yeah, we're gonna really have it.
Yeah.
Is he gonna do it on the very left corner? Oh, I didn't even know you could build on that little rocky stuff there on the edge. I thought it was only on the brown dirt in the middle. Okay, so
yeah, that's crazy,
go ahead.
man. It looks like it's gonna probably be BBS, but he made an extra SCV, which is really weird. So one on each side.
He puts it here?
He canceled it. Yeah. Okay, so this is so funny because I said this during yesterday's broadcast. And I think I already said it today once that he should just open with a BBS, barracks supply, 2 racks in the center to open because it's Soulkey. You're just so unfavored. And by doing this, if Soulkey goes hatch first, which he is, you're a massive favorite. Tasteless. I mean, Soulkey's a great player, but I would put money on me beating Soulkey from this position. You have 2 barracks so close to his base so quickly. This is so hard to stop as Zerg. It's the freest win in the world. But sometimes Zerg can win. Yeah, it does look that way, doesn't it?
Oh my God, it's like a StarCraft 2 build. That's crazy. Okay, so yeah, I mean, he should be in deep trouble. One thing to note before the rush starts is that the barracks being split like this, one could easily see it and think it's only a 1 racks rush.
Yeah.
Right.
You react to completely different. Yeah.
Right. So you would end up miscalculating anyways. So this is going to hit real hard.
Yes, it is.
And I don't even know. I mean, control, obviously, it's one of the things that makes RTS games interesting because it doesn't come down to pieces on a chessboard and just position. There is some mechanical skill required, but how are you even going to deal with this at all? This may be the shortest game of the whole season.
Yeah. No, he's very close to dead, and he's trying to make it so that you don't see this coming. Okay, he needs to cancel, and he didn't get to cancel. Ample's moving in at the perfect time. Drones can't come out and fight 4 Marines. That's just not something that happens. So he's going layer already. I think you have to make sunken in the main base, honestly. You're not going to save the hatchery. He's making some lings. Honestly, the Marines are going to be able to just walk in and kill him if he doesn't make a sunken. He can't get enough lings to stop the Marines themselves. But occasionally, you'll see a game where Zerg defends off of one base and can come back. It's so rare. But
it's one of the hardest things to do in the whole game.
Yeah, it's really, really hard, but like they don't... You might be able to get up to some Mutalisks or something.
I do feel like this game looks a little bit funny. Like he had some stuff in the bunker. And then, okay, hold on a second. He's going to run all the way around here. There's going to be an attempted surround here. The SCV block is pretty crazy. The sunk is almost done.
Yeah.
The drones are coming up. The sunk is at basically full HP. Oh my God.
Yeah. And that is just outside of sunken range, that bunker. So he should try to finish that. And he's... Oh, man, he had to cancel the layer.
The SCV could get pulled over into bunker range. Or sunken range, excuse me.
Yeah, that is a possibility. You might want to get a little bit lucky here. Well, obviously you want to get a little bit lucky, but...
You want to get lucky.
Yeah.
Some good advice, Tastosis.
Soulkey is cleaning out a lot of this, but he did lose the hatchery. This has been a funny execution from Ample, too, because he left some amount of Marines in there for the fight where he walked into the base. If he had brought those into the base, does he not win this game? I don't know.
No, he would have won.
Yeah, I think so. I think he would have had enough.
I think the sequence is that you keep the bunker making, even if you think they're not going to attack you, because there's a chance they do and you win. But as it finishes, when they still don't attack you, I think you take all the Marines and go down.
Yeah.
All of the Marines and all the SCVs.
Yes.
And
everything.
Instead, he sort of didn't do that. And then he he started the bunker, and then he kind of saw the sunken colony was finishing. And then he actually weirdly navigated over to the side of the sunken colony and tried to kind of okay, now he's going to kill the bunker here. He tried to basically fight there, and because of the threat of the sunk and the drones being in a good position and the number of lings, he started to lose control of that. And now this is pretty bad. I mean, Terran can still win, sure. I think there should be enough Marines at the ramp that you're basically not going to be able to get up here with lings, but your barracks are going to have to lift, so you're not making Marines for the time being. There's no gas. There's very few SCVs, and yes, there are very few drones as well, but that's kind of a weird equalizer, right? A one-base Terran versus a one-base Zerg, but the Zerg's already got layered tech and a Spire coming.
Yeah, I actually think Soulkey will win from here. It's going to, Ample lost. Yeah, Ample's SCV count is really poor. He's going to try to get into 2 Barracks Academy. If he had 3-4 more SCVs, I'd be maybe saying it's closer to even, but he can't really produce. And the mutas will come over, and it's he only has 1 gas, and he's going to start with 3 mutas. But he's going to build up by 3 mutas every single minute. So, in a few minutes here, he's going to have a full group. And that's going to kill everything.
If you go back to the really old games, where everybody went on 1 base, I guess you could say Terran might be stronger 1 base versus 1 base Zerg, but I think even that can be questionable depending on the Zerg's composition. But you don't really see games like this anymore. And what's funny is we're in a game like this off of a very, very different start, right? So this was a hatchery into gas into pool build, very greedy from Soulkey, where Ample basically had the build order win, double proxy racks in the middle, into a bunker rush, but didn't. I mean, it just goes to show you, like we were saying, there's build order wins, but mechanical execution is part of the game, right? It's not just pieces on a chessboard. You actually have to know exactly where to attack and what to hit and what to prioritize. And Ample basically got deep and close to an executing kill and then lost control of the fight due to lack of decisiveness.
Yeah.
And here we are. So it's 2 racks from the main. Now, 2 racks Stim Marines with medics. Again, this is a 1999 build order that you would see. But the problem is Zerg doesn't have the second base up yet. So that's where Soulkey could still lose this.
Yeah.
Is once you have sunken colonies up, same as in ZVP, if you get a second base up and the Protoss or the Terrans on 1 base, you can hold. But those sunks aren't there yet. And Soulkey has to basically take a fight here in the middle of the map, kind of like he does all the time in bigger matchups, but he's going to have to do it with a lot less.
But he's bringing his Zerglings back. And every second he stalls this, he now has more larvae. So if he just kills this 1 army and or gets a couple sunkens up, I think the game quickly goes into his favor. Very good micro here so far. Yeah, look at that. Killing a couple Marines there and does the flank. Well, pretty epic win from Soulkey here.
Well, this goes to show you why he's so scary. I mean, a game that I think pretty much any Zerg in the world would lose. He handled so well. Even the weird choice of having the sunk on the side behind the minerals is kind of smart because the Marines can't run back there, which buys you time. Like, he really knew every step of the way how to handle this.
Totally.
He's going to come up here now. He's got, even the way he split the damage here, attacking the Marines in the back with the mutas and letting the Lings at the front, so the medic heal was not distributed correctly. Man, look at Ample. You can see the embarrassment, the frustration, the fact that he literally had one of the greatest players of all time dead. And then through.
It's rough. Soulkey played well to get out of that, and Ample's execution was not perfect. He could have executed that a bit better. And Soulkey, like that, that was the way that Soulkey doesn't get out of this group, is exactly that. And he made it through that anyways. There's no way he's not getting out of this group tonight.
I mean, that's brutal. That's a hard one to digest. I think we've all had those games too, against a good player, or at least a player better than us, where we go, oh my God, I've got it. It's actually happening. I just have to do, what do I have to do? What do I have to do exactly? And then you waver. And then you die. Guys, short break. We'll be right back.
자꾸만 널 보면 놀리고 싶어 그저 웃음이 나는 걸 짓궂은 장난도 받아주는 너 그럴수록 멈출 수 없어 So beautiful moment 나도 모르겠어 묘하게 드는 감정이 나비가 내게 두드려 꼭꼭 숨겨뒀던 마음을 꺼내 You are starting 내게 너만 보여 너무 완벽해 yes. 그저 비치는 널 You are starting 바라보는데도 더 보고 싶어 yes. 많이 좋아해 널 아무 내용 없는 문자를 보내 괜히 평범한 말투로 어느 순간부터 느낌이 왔어 Love on time 밤에 잠도 오질 않아 So beautiful moment 나도 모르겠어 묘하게 드는 감정이 나비가 내게 두드려 꼭꼭 숨겨뒀던 마음을 꺼내 You are starting 내게 너만 보여 너무 완벽해 yes. 그저 비치는 널 You are starting 바라보는데도 더 보고 싶어 yes. 많이 좋아해 널 어제 오늘
I'm in my moment. I'm gonna run for golden. I'm gonna lose control. Break them all, you know we own it. high. They call me Firefly. Get that feeling, spin that wheel, and let's have a good time. Mess it up, we're feeling reckless. I'll stir this thing up, sit back, step up. Mess it up, we're going head first. Dive down, last round, don't get tired now. Mess it up, gonna mix and match up. I'll stir this thing up, sit back, step up. Mess it up, gonna mix and match up. I'll stir this thing up, sit back, step up. Messy, 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 messy. Messy, 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 messy. I'm gon' mess it up. Mess it up, we're feeling reckless. I'll stir this thing up, sit back, step up. Mess it up, we're going head first. Dive down, last round, don't get tired now. Mess it up, gonna mix and match up. I'll stir this thing up, sit back, step up. Mess it up, gonna mix and match up. I'll stir this thing up, sit back, step up.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. It's time to go into a TBT. I still can't get over that game. I was thinking about it the whole break. You know, it is not up in the air what's supposed to happen after that bunker rush is executed correctly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that the sunken colony position, it looks so arbitrary. It looks so kind of random and like, oh, why there? Why not on the other side of the extractor or whatever? But I guess the idea is if you can just get enough lings to sandwich the Marines and make sure that they can't get behind the minerals, because if they get behind the minerals, then they have lings have no surface area.
Yeah.
I mean, I still think Terran's supposed to win, but you have to avoid the sunken colony and bunker rush the other side of the hatchery, basically.
Well, it was pretty genius from Soulkey because yes, it's blocking Marines from going past. It's also out of range. If that bunker finishes, the bunker won't kill the sunken. And it kind of forces Terran's hand a little bit because what he's looking for is like, where are you going to commit? Because if he stays out there and kills the bunker, then Soulkey continues forward in his main base, right? Or he stays out there and kills the hatchery, rather. And if he brings everything inside, like we were kind of suggesting, then he gets more larvae out of the natural hatchery, right? And maybe that's going to help him to break it. And then if he, it's just like whatever decision Ample made there, Soulkey had plans on what to do. But with perfect execution, Ample should win that game.
It was almost a situation like Soulkey's falling out of an airplane and he can't get his parachute to deploy, and he's probably going to hit the ground. But if he has a few more steps he could try to make, and he did it and he landed it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to this TBT now. Again, Soulkey clearly looking like he should be getting out of this group. Probably defeating the winner of this match, but let's see what happens. Yeah, got to be some more TBTs, Tastosis.
Yeah. This is a great season again. For me. It's my birthday again. Yeah. It's all, it actually almost is. And we might even cast a TBT that day. We'll see. I tell you, like, this TBT coming up is a little bit hard to figure out what's going to happen. SOC is really underrated right now. SOC is really strong. He actually is the one that eliminated Mini. And he eliminated him in both the ASL Season Open tournament as well as the qualifiers. Like, SOC is just playing at a really high level right now. In my opinion, I think he looks a bit better than JYJ does at the moment. But for TBT,
JYJ,
go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just going to say JYJ had this period where he kind of exploded into greatness.
Yeah.
After being, in my head, kind of a background Terran, like
For
one
sure.
of these guys that was like certainly a part of ASL, but never, the star of the show. But it seems like, that was a little bit short-lived. And SOC's been very consistent, grinding out a lot and steadily improving. SOC was also one of these guys who I think was, unless you're a real student of Terran, he's maybe not the guy you're paying attention
Exactly.
to. But he has really brought it, especially, the last, I would say, year and a couple months.
Yeah, and I think it's a good way to put it is like, unless you really are deep in the Terran scene, sSak isn't a guy on your radar. But for people like me who are like, my life is playing Terran and watching Terran players, like, he's super on my radar. I'm always taking a look at what he's doing because he plays a little bit different from everyone else, but is absolutely ASL level. You know, maybe normally like an ASL round of 24 guy, but he can make the upsets. He plays a really solid game.
All right, guys, we're going to be going into this match now. sSak versus JYJ on Octagon. Let's do this. JYJ here in the top on the right. sSak also on the right here in the bottom.
All right. So Octagon. I like Octagon so far. Are you liking it?
Yeah, it's good. It is a challenging map to play on for me. I do find it tough to deal with lurker contains on this map. I know we don't have a Protoss or a Zerg or, a PVZ here today, but that's maps like this. I think if you're a Protoss player, you really start to become aware of lurker contains. And just, kind of I got to be ready to try to fight that as soon as possible. But I think it's made for some interesting games. I like the real openness, the real nakedness in the middle. And it's also one of these maps that kind of like Retro has this like alternative pathway, the long way around the map, hugging the edges, while still also giving you this little mineral natural in case you can't secure that base.
Yeah. Well said. And you know what I like about this season, a lot of these maps, like this map and Attitude specifically, and Pulsar to some extent, it's like they've got pretty wide open centers overall, but a good amount of buildable terrain too. Makes a really big difference for Terran if you can just kind of put a couple missile turrets up, And that is both for Terran versus Terran and Terran versus Protoss. It's like it really, really makes a difference if you have a bit more buildable terrain than some of the maps classically have had in the last 10 years.
Well, there was a whole period where they made a bunch of maps where you couldn't build in the middle at all.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm... Was it the map called Luna?
Yes.
I'm so bad
That's
with
what
map
started
names,
it. That was the architect... That was the Star League's architecting a way to defeat Nada, because Nada was too strong. They're like, what if we just don't let you build anywhere? I'm like, well, isn't that part of what Terran is being able to build their buildings in different places? No. Yeah, but Luna started that trend, and that's the harshest example, but like it's been carried forward a lot, and they're kind of peeling it back a little bit now, which is nice.
Yeah. It's interesting to kind of see the different ways that maps have come out and different approaches. Is it Jane Doe, the one with the medic and the Marine that block the entrance?
That's right.
What is your thought on that? And I was thinking, what if it was like, you had to start getting used to fighting a small number of units to get into an area, even if it was just like a Marine or something like that?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love that because you don't fight them, you have to kill them, but they just kind of sit there. And but just that little additional time, like we've developed different build orders now where, like, for instance, when I'm playing Jane Doe, I just stare at that. And if anything comes, I quickly finish the wall. And if not, I just expand, and it's like this cool, like,
oh, wow.
It's this awesome thing where you can just like play a more defensive game. I don't think it's going to be something super regular, but a really interesting take on it,
But what do you think if you had to fight it?
Oh, I don't know. That would be crazy.
I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be triggered by that and think of Warcraft 3, but it just makes me wonder. Well, hold that thought for a second. We've got the JYJ Marines coming up here. Now, remember, this is low ground to high ground, which means there's chance to miss when firing up here. It's 2 shots to kill a Marine, and 1 SCV repairing is going to give it enough momentum, I think. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, he's
he
going to
missed
be able to
a
keep that
shot
alive.
there.
Yeah.
That's funny, and that was flat ground. A missed shot, 1 in 256 chance. Offensive eBay up here blocking. Kind of cute openers. I know we were talking over it a little bit, but like a 3 Marine pressure versus a 2 Marine defense, and JYJ definitely out-controlled there. So good job on him, but pretty even. They're like both Like the positions are even. I don't really consider one player ahead here or not. But yeah, back to what you were saying just real quick, like having actual things you have to fight on the map it's kind of an interesting idea. Like we've had all sorts of things like Dark Swarm on the map, Disruption Web on the map, right? Like we've had some different weird things where things are affecting the map and how you can fight. But we haven't had any like, I don't know, what do the kids call it? Mobs on the map. No Warcraft 3-esque type. Yeah, creeps.
You called it mobs?
Yeah, mobs, dude. That's why the Minecraft generation that we got to
like,
win over.
What do you call them, NPCs? I'm like, I don't think you call them that either. Like, what?
But yeah, I don't know if I wouldn't mind a map like that just to see.
Yeah, or even if it was like just a lurker bro that attacked anything and you had to kill it together. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, putting that out there, we got another crazy attack in here. This early game TVT is super interesting. He ends up killing off one vulture and an SCV. There's one damaged vulture in the middle now. So SOOK is barely holding on. A landed barracks. Man, SOOK is super annoying. Yeah, I love the landed racks over there. You can't mine efficiently there. I think it might have been better to move it to the right, or is it fine there?
It would have been better on the right, but it's good still. You can see it's causing lost mining time for a little bit of racks health. And he knows that the Marines were already killed off because JYJ attacked with them. So that's pretty good. Both sides going into 3 factory vulture. So as pretty standard vulture war to open. Now is where we watch. Does anyone go for a 4th factory or even a 5th factory? Because you can go like pretty all in with this. Like if you're on the ladder, 50% chance one of these guys goes 5 factory and just stops making SCVs. He's like, look at me, I'm good at the game. I have a lot of vultures. And it's like, well, you're not, but okay. Now, can you feel my ire, Tasteless? My ire from my ladder games where people do that. There is a 4th factory coming up for SOOK, and you can see how he's hiding it from the barracks.
Yeah, I was just about to point that out. He's got the factory kind of hidden by the second gas. There's a chance JYJ is not going to go here, even though that barracks is kind of headed in that direction. He might not go all the way down, so we want to watch this closely. He may be more interested in seeing what's up here at the front. In fact, I think he is going to miss it. Yeah. That's crazy. So right now you look at that and you say, okay, I saw 3 factories. He might actually glide back into the main.
JYJ here is already making he's already made a siege tank and he's already making an armory. So if he sits back defensively, he'll be ahead. But if he's like too far out, JYJ or SOOK rather might be able to kill him.
Okay, 3 vultures have gone all the way around. And they're going to come in here and get some kills. And I think he will end up seeing this extra factory here now. But this is a good amount of SCVs to kill. You know, 3 vultures can one-shot SCVs. Yeah. So what was that, like 6 SCVs killed off?
That's exactly why you do it with that. Yeah, and that hurts him even more because SOOK went for factory. You have to cut SCVs to do that. Right now, JYJ, I bet you, is ahead 15 SCVs. I'm not even kidding. Like, he is probably so far ahead of that. And SOOK basically needs to go in for a kill. This is a good arc from JYJ. He should try to repair that tank a little bit. Let's see. Can SOOK actually break through? His targeting is very poor here, though. He's like hitting the tank a little bit. He's not super focus firing. You really need to make every shot count here. And he did not do that. That was a poorly executed attack.
That was a perfect hold there by JYJ.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that he just kind of kept the tank at the front, and as it started to soak up damage, he just slid it back, then a little bit further back. It looked like he might have wanted a second SCV on there, but I think the whole ground positioning there for the SCVs wouldn't have worked. The SCV would have started tripping up the tank, but he just had one SCV repair it, and he holds. You know, and he's got the superior tech. He's got the tanks. He's got the Goliaths, and the Vultures trading you're completely fine with.
Yeah. Yeah, you're happy. You're happy to just kind of reduce what your opponent has there a little bit because you have those better tech units. Now, there's a million mines that are being laid. SOOK's next step is to simply set up a massive siege tank contained. So JYJ, like his comm stats are finishing, he has to clear the mines really quickly. Because if SOOK gets siege tanks on that high ground, as you have found from your PVZs against lurkers up there, that's a pain. Like breaking high ground tanks when there's mines in front is really, really difficult.
Yeah, it could be quite painful. Another triple vulture run through here. It looks like there's a bit of a desync here with the shots, but he's back on it. Great targeting here on the SCVs. And I mean, this is going to be like 12 or something SCVs that have been killed here so far. Remember, they're both on 2 bases. which really, oh my God. Oh man.
That is not good.
Mine hit on the front.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So if SOC had targeted that tank down, that would be brutal. If he was already sieged, that would be brutal. Still looks like JYJ trying to push forward. SOC, I think, doesn't have siege mode. That's a little bit of an issue. JYJ is getting out there just in time. Just in time. And now, because he's not contained, he's really far ahead. This is how these games generally look, where it's like the guy who went for the mass vulture, and especially with JYJ backstabbing with some little vulture groups and getting some extra SCVs, SOC is way behind as far as economy goes. But the thing is, they're both on 2 bases, so they're both still mining fine, but you'll see as this game moves forward, JYJ will start to jump ahead because of his worker count. But he's setting up a nice siege line. He's getting himself into a position where he's just not going to die. And it's going to be tough for SOC. Like, SOC's going to set up the contain, but JYJ is going to be able to get more tools at his disposal. As you can see, his supply is already jumping forward.
SOC is taking the better expansion at 6 o'clock, and it's better because of the number of minerals and, of course, because there's a gas there. But JYJ appears to be setting up another counterattack over here. And, you know, I think that there actually is enough here for JYJ to win this fight. But this is also going to soften up the center of the map here as well. Actually, maybe I was wrong. Could SOC actually come out here on top?
Yeah, I think SOC had like one more vulture at the beginning. Super close. They're actually, like, JYJ's doing a better job of targeting. We saw this as well when SOC attacked before. You actually have to target. 8 vultures one-shots a vulture. So you have to be, like, very cognizant of that, because as soon as you get, like, 1 vulture ahead, you start to snowball it.
Right.
But yeah, so a little mistake there from SOC on that engage, but basically blocks those vultures from JYJ, which is going to be really important for him, because he's taking that further away expand. He's got a containment up. He's got to watch out for this type of thing.
Okay, the dropship's out, and I believe I saw him researching Cloak as well. So he's going to set up for Cloak right after this. So basically dropship into quietly going for Wraiths, probably behind all this. Now, you know, hold on a second. A big push comes out over here, and there's really nothing to cover these tanks. And so, you know, the vultures are going to come in here a little bit late, but as long as he can clear out those tanks on the outside, I don't think there's going to be enough vultures to make this work. He's going to get the drop off here in the main now as well.
Yeah, SOC is going to run those SCVs away, but still going to lose some. And more lost mining time. Down about 20 supply at this point. Losing a bunch of his contain, having a hard time defending everything. Just great play from JYJ.
Yeah, I mean, JYJ seems to be very on top of this whole game. I mean, even the lost mining time, the fact these SCVs are going to be coming back again. He's going to unload over here. I mean, he's just such a nuisance to SOC on this map.
I like that. Such a nuisance. That definitely is what it feels like when you're playing against something like this, you know? It's like, oh my God, there's just vultures everywhere. I'm hemorrhaging SCVs. But yeah, right now, it is like a huge supply advantage for JYJ. He's getting ready to take that 12 o'clock base as well. SOC is trying to maintain a containment, but it looks really weak right now. Really, really weak. And when his Cloaked Wraiths come out, like, SOC is near dead, I think, man. Like, the Cloaked Wraiths could be... Like, as soon as he walks out with, like, 3 Cloaked Wraiths, or flies out, I suppose, since they're flying units... He is going to just force SOC out of this game, I think.
Yeah, the tanks are coming down now, which is just going to create more pressure as this line is getting kind of, I guess this defensive hold is getting ballooned out further and further here. And that's going to make the Wraiths that much better because there's no real air defense here right now.
Yeah.
Oh, man, into 2 mines there.
Yeah, SOC is still making some things happen for himself. It's just... When these Wraiths come over, what do, man? You just got to, like, unsiege and go home. And then the massive supply advantage is going to hurt you so badly here. Here comes this dropship. He's got to block that. He's got to block these Wraiths.
Oh, Goliath can't catch it either.
Yeah, everything about it's kind of painful.
He's got those Wraiths shift-clicked there.
Oh.
Scans there, decides to just drop down here.
Yeah, he'll get what he can. The dropship isn't going to last too long in here. Yeah, the 3 Cloaked Wraiths we can see in the picture-in-picture there have cleared the tanks in the area. SOC actually is going to port himself. And don't forget, he got the third gas, and JYJ did not. JYJ is just now trying to get his third gas going. Oh my god, 6 health. Are you
I can't
kidding
believe
me?
that lived.
Yeah. But SOC switching into Wraith here is kind of cool. Like, that's a great way to utilize his extra gas. And maybe he can use that to help fight back.
This is so many SCV kills. Oh my god, this not medevac. It feels like it's a StarCraft 2 medevac, honestly.
Yeah.
This dropship is just doing so much. It's been on like 1 HP for so long. Almost every single SCV at the main base has been killed.
So
That's
painful.
just insane to me. JYJ going up to that 4th base just now with a huge SCV transfer over there. SOC's remaining tanks on the map. They're going to get some damage off before they get killed off, but I mean, this is just more cleaning of the map here from JYJ.
Yeah, SOC is bringing his tanks down. Like, he's still putting up a fight, but his supply is dangerously low. A lot of the the supply will be in SCVs that JYJ has the advantage in. And, you know, if you set up well enough with your tanks, sometimes you come back in positions like these. You know, it's... SCV losses can be negated over time.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a while before I think he can get to that. The superior number of Wraiths that's going to be here for SOC will kick in a little bit, but not before JYJ's already done a ton of damage. And when he gets in here and scouts it, he's going to see the cloak is coming and know that, you know, this is a committed Wraith fight here. It doesn't... It also kind of shows it's not some kind of weird Valkyrie counter, right?
Yeah.
That in fact he's trying to fight fire with fire by getting his own Wraiths. And I gotta say, SOC lately has had a lot of good run-bys here with these vultures. You know, JYJ grows regardless of this, but and wow, JYJ is actually getting Valkyries of his own.
Yeah,
So
it looks like
to counter the counter.
It looks like that's going to be the game that we kind of get into here, where there's like a little Wraith Valkyrie squads flying around. And then, of course, it'll double down back into, like, Tank, Vulture, maybe some Goliaths.
Yeah.
But JYJ trying to double expand towards the top left. SOC just trying to get another base at that mineral. He is definitely behind economically a bit, behind supply-wise a bit. But he's got pretty good setups. Like, look at these tanks. That's a lot of tanks there. And look at this. The Wraiths come forward. Like, this battle's going to go way towards SOC. No way. No way.
Yeah,
this was
kind of
not a good
insane.
idea from JYJ.
Well, I'm surprised he went down after he saw the Wraiths. I mean, what did he expect to have happen? He doesn't even have enough Valkyries to fight yet. He still has one. Maybe there's a second one that popped out at home. So, I mean, now I feel like JYJ has really given up what was a very, very earned advantage up until this point. And doesn't mean he's going to lose. And, you know, frankly, he is still growing at a higher rate than SOC is. But, man, I mean, that was a bad position to be in.
You know, I think TVT is a very weird matchup when you compare it to the other mirrors. Because, like, you kill a few drones ZVZ and you basically have the game, right? You kill a bunch of probes with a Reaver drop and it's like, well, this is going to be hard to come back from. Whereas in Terran vs. Terran, you can lose a hell of a lot of SCVs. And if you're just efficient with your, like, tanks and Wraiths and stuff, and it's crazy what you can come back from. Like, the game is much more even than it was now. Like, I still think JYJ is in a little bit better spot, but, like, SOC is doing a very good job of fighting back.
I think it's also the nature of vultures and spider mines and then tanks in siege mode, right? Like, you can have exchanges with those that just completely turn the game on its head. It's a little bit less straightforward than, like, Muta versus Muta or Muta versus Scourge or Dragoon. I mean, even Dragoon versus Reaver. Like, a lot of times you win a game because you get a couple good Reaver shots off on Dragoons, right? And it just sort of it gets into the lead. Or you can get a shot off on, you know, it's much easier for a Protoss to get a Shuttle and Reaver somewhere and kill, you know, maybe even a third of your workers with one shot than it is for Terran to do anything similar.
Yeah,
even though
true.
Terran's used to siege tank drop a lot, like Slayer's Boxer, that's really passe now.
Oh, yeah, you never see it, like, just two tanks in a medevac, or you got me saying medevac now, in a drop ship is just not something that, like, ever, if I ever saw that right now in this day and age, I'd be like, what? Like, this is some 1999, 2000 stuff right here.
What is with this vulture that just didn't attack? I guess it bugged out.
Yeah, so it was on a move command to exactly... Yeah, that's hilarious. It was on a move command to exactly where the command center was, and it can't get there. It's very stupid.
Oh. I didn't know about that bug, actually.
Yeah.
I just learned something.
Yeah, there's a few really dumb Terran bugs out there. That is such a rare thing to see right there. The
Yeah.
SCV should just go kill it. That'd be badass.
He's back. Right, he's at least going to get some closure with killing the SCV that made that command center. But other than that, everything's going to get in over there.
Yeah, the map is being cut up pretty well right now. Like 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, it's really unclear who's going to be able to get those. But if SOC shores up the left-hand side just slightly, well, there's still a lot of holes that people can go through here, too. And a lot of Wraiths and Valkyries still being made. We don't see any attack upgrades yet. Attack upgrades on Valkyries are insane. They are absolute madness. So, like, if you go +1 and your opponent doesn't have that, you will just slaughter. So I am interested to see if either of them are going for that. Lots of Valkyries now. Like 5 against 6. That's kind of crazy.
Okay, he's going to come in here and snipe that SCV. He's hiding the Valkyries. So he wants to basically try to draw in a fight. Like, oh, look at me. I'm so strong without Valkyries. And then oh, never mind. He's going to show him now. So
Okay.
I think there was something to actually trying to hide that.
Yeah.
So now a lot of SCVs are going to get killed off over here. Now, when the Goliaths get in here, that's when you got to run. And it seems like what SOC wants to do instead is have his Wraiths come across the map and hit his opponent's tanks, which is kind of a funny situation because they're both basically ignoring each other and clearing out each other's ground. And now JYJ is going to come back and try to intercept this.
Yeah.
Look at the spread.
Oh, the spread of Valkyries is so smart. But if you split your Wraiths up, that can work really well in your advantage as well. Yeah.
Where's the scan? This is insane. Well,
kind of crazy. SOC took that really one-sidedly. This isn't... I can't believe I'm watching SOC come back in this game after JYJ dealt with the early game so well, got so far ahead. And now JYJ's army is just so fearsome looking.
he's going to sledgehammer through the middle here, and we're seeing tanks get rallied up. I don't know if JYJ has enough to push all the way through here. Seems like some of the stronger tanks are kind of further in the back, and there's also another vulture run by happening over here. Seems kind of like JYJ, he's falling apart a little bit.
Yeah.
I have no idea who's ahead in SCVs, by the way. This has been one of these games where so many workers have died. Like, their command centers have been lit up the whole time.
It is wild, the amount of damage.
Yeah. It's getting further and further along to a real split map game here. Oh, my God. One dropship down. There's 3 more up here, and it looks like sSak is stalking them pretty well. They can't really unload over here either. Oh, my God. Valkyries just erase dropships. With, oh, my God. He gets dropped right into mines. Total execution.
Man, this game is just insane. sSak has done so much to come back, and suddenly he has a supply lead for the first time in a long, long time in this game. His Wraiths and Valkyries still doing a great job. Sending a few units over. It's actually really important, and this is something JYJ has been missing out on this game. Like, he keeps on losing so many SCVs in the top left. You gotta leave a few units at bases to stop the vulture play, you know? Even if it's just like 3 high-quality factory units, right? Like 2 tanks and a Goliath, and then you build a couple missile turrets, something like that. It makes all the difference in keeping your SCVs alive.
Yeah, you cannot have, like, all your units 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A moving around the map.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have stuff left there to deal with things and be willing to kind of play this map in a positional game. Otherwise, you die to counterattacks. You know, it's one of the funny things because in StarCraft 2, they have the select all attacking units hotkey. And I think that ruined a lot of players because they got so used to grabbing their whole army. I'm like, you actually, a lot of times, don't want to grab your whole army.
Yeah.
A lot of times you need stuff back at home to defend, or counterattacks are just too good.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, this game is calming down a little bit. You know, it seems like both of them have kind of stabilized on their bases. They have the exact same amount of bases at this point. sSak is up in supply. Like you said, I don't know what the worker counts really are at this point. Like, they've both done so much damage to each other on workers. I assume both of them are well over 60. But a lot of missile turrets starting to go up. A lot of tanks starting to siege. We should see... Well, this is a very funny-looking army from sSak here. Oh, my God. He's targeting down the dropships.
Oh, he's going to get the drop off here. He's going to get into the natural. I think most of the things got unloaded. Is there actually enough on the ground, though? Looks like sSak's going to have to micro ahead. He does avoid the mines. Beautifully done. He needs the Goliath to just cover the tanks. Ooh, this is such a big moment here in this game.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage that sSak is dealing out, even though he lost all those drop ships. You know, I will say once again, having three-ish, four even high-quality factory units, if he had those at that base, he would have cleaned this up easily. Easily. Like 2 siege tanks and a couple missile turrets, and that gets slammed. So definitely on his back foot because of this. He's just had a complete lack of defense at these top 2 bases the entire game.
sSak's going to go for another load up here. Do we know where the Valkyries and Wraiths are?
They're mostly dead now. Most of them died in those engagements that we just saw. So I don't think we have very much left. And honestly, you don't want to be going dropship plus Valkyrie plus Wraith at the same time. It's just not. It's not very good.
Right.
You lack in ground at that point. Like just a giant ground army can kill you. But we saw the physics lab a couple times there for JYJ. But I think his economy's been so badly hurt, you don't actually want to go BCs here.
I think you're right. Yeah. I think he has to stabilize again. If he makes BCs, he's just going to keep getting obliterated by these drops long before the BCs can come out and actually help here.
Oh my god, this drop is huge. Dude, that is a big drop right now. That might actually end it. We have a big counter drop. Well, not big, but we have a decent counter drop at the bottom left by JYJ. But clearing a drop like this actually takes a lot. And JYJ is going to GG. Look at that.
Yeah.
sSak grabs defeat from the jaws of victory. Or, no, grabs victory from the jaws of defeat.
Totally not it. That was...
I don't know.
As it grabs victory from the jaws of defeat.
Well, that's what JYJ did. No, that was well done. That was a good comeback.
Bungled metaphors here at the ASL.
Favorite moment of the non-Protoss day in ASL.
That was so funny. I can't remember. I once heard a caster say, like, it's like he threw a wrench into his sails. And I'm like, no, you're confusing a wrench in his gears and taking the wind out of his sails.
Yeah.
I think it was State that did that. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. I love it.
Great game. Great metaphor here. Getting the tape out. What is he going to tape? Maybe taping the mouse cord back there?
Yeah. That maybe, or maybe the mouse pad actually. Yeah. The mouse pad might be moving a bit.
Yeah, it could be the mouse pad as well.
Yeah, it's actually smart to bring tape to events. Now, we're quick commercial break, guys. When we come back, Soulkey versus sSak.
Okay.
You got it right, right, right. Nothing is out of love. You know it's time.
Okay.
I'm tryna play it cool, let's keep it casual. Not ready for commitment, but somehow I'm addicted. Try to keep it tame, I gotta fight the flame. Don't put no pressure on it, but I can't help but want it. Got me caught in begging, open praying. So stick around with what I'm saying. Got me caught in begging, open praying. It's what you do, losing all my cool for you. You got me burning up now, baby. And that's why I keep turning up now, baby. I said you got me burning up now, baby. And that's why I keep turning up now, baby. We can slow it down, don't want you backing out, 'cause I'm falling deeper, call it finders keepers. Got me caught and begging, open playing. So stick around to what I'm saying. Got me caught and begging, hoping, praying. It's what you do, losing all my cool for you. You got me burning up now, baby. And that's why I keep turning up now, baby. I said you got me burning up now, baby. And that's why I keep turning up now, baby. Turning up now, baby.
Since now we counting up chips. I think it's time that they pay y'all. Let's go. Yeah, I bet on myself. 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 Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no J can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can top that. No way. I think it's time that they pay y'all. Let's go. Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. (1998년부터 시작된 브루도의 역사는 아직 끝나지 않았습니다. 새로운 역사의 시작 ASL 스타크래프트 리마스터 최초의 대회, 여러분들이 원하는 꿈의 축제 뜨거운 박수 걸어가는 MC로 뚫어요 역사적인 기록을
어려움은 나한테 아무것도 아니다. 가을의 주인공이
어게인 2000 이게 왜 바닥부터 시작해서 7년 만에 헤란의 새로운 왕권 최고의 선수 찌는 연속 우승 자구왕조의 트로피를 이어받는 새로운 우승자의 이름은 박상현.
이런 선수들이 이런 멋진 경기를 팬들 앞에서 여전히 보여주고 있다라는 것을
What's up, everybody? We're back, and we are ready to go into the winners match here of the ASL Group B.
Yeah. It's not exactly what I think we might have been slightly expecting there. I think JYJ did open a bit better than SOC. But, you know, SOC, he did a great job fighting back. Like, just some good kind of fundamental unit movement. It seems like he won the air war a bit. I think JYJ was just not defending the other bases. And that really, allowed SOC in. So... yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I think that SOC for Soulkey could be a very interesting match. SOC is more of a, like, mechanic player. Like, he will do a lot of mech builds, some one-on-one stuff.
Yeah.
Never really standard bio, but I think everyone's going to avoid standard bio this season. It's really considered very weak right now, to the point where even Light, who's the best bio player in the world, has said it's not good anymore. So we should be seeing some teched out builds. And I've seen some stuff SOC has been messing with. He's been messing with like heavy Valkyrie, heavy tank type play. I don't know what he's going to bring, though. It's hard to say because he does have a pretty wide range in that technical area.
Now, we should point out that Mech has always had these moments where it bubbles up to being the popular style of play and tends to get phased out after that. And I guess now is no exception for that.
Yeah.
The reality is every once in a while, Mech is a very, very desirable way to play the matchup. It's always been, I think, one of the coolest parts about Terran is that there's bio and there's Mech.
Yeah.
Where the other races, I mean, I guess there's a lot of different types of Zerg and Protoss comps, but, you know, bio and Mech are so defined and so dramatically different from each other.
Yeah.
And really require radically different approaches to each matchup when you use them.
Very much so. It's always been the kind of thing, you're either good at Mech or you're good at bio, right? And we've seen a lot of players split down that line as to which matchups they're going to excel at. But looks like we're going to be going into Attitude there. Jane Doe getting vetoed there by Soulkey is not at all surprising. I think that's the map SOC would have had the best chance at killing him on. It's a very good map for Mech. But the question is, like, how do you... if you want to play a Mech build, how are you going to go into it? Are you going to do bio first in Mech? Are you going to open Mech? What is it going to be exactly? Oh, also, I should note, 2-port Wraith is the most popular it's ever been right now. So many people are going 2-port Wraith.
Another great way to play. Super fun. Old way to play, too, man. 2-port Wraith has been around forever.
Yeah.
Okay, Soulkey in the top left and SOC in the bottom right. Quick plug for the Patreon, guys. Consider supporting us in our endeavor here to keep the history of the greatest game alive. It's been over a quarter of a century, and it's still going strong, but we would not be able to do it without your support. So please consider going to patreon.com/ASL English and help us keep this beautiful game and beautiful tournament alive.
Yes. A big thanks to everyone who has already subscribed over there on the Patreon. We love you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll keep you up to date with the links and everything. You know, the initial VOD will be available very, very quickly on the SOOP channel. Not this first week because I had my wisdom teeth removed, so we're a day late on everything. Sorry about that. My bad. But yeah, going forward, it's going to be up there pretty darn quick, and then eventually on YouTube as well.
Yeah. So we have the SCV. Okay.
Well,
that's so funny. Okay.
All right. So this is actually going to be a technical one. This is going to be an 8 racks factory build from SOC. You know, this is a build that's pretty good for him, right? You can get into a Vulture quickly. You could go Wraith from this. There's a good range of things that you can do. And even the 8 racks, it's a pretty heavy commitment to the 8 racks. Like you go 3 or 4 Marines, depending on what SCVs you want to cut. So you definitely can get damage with this because the racks is in the center of the map. Whereas an 8 racks that you're going to expand behind is near your base, so it takes longer travel time for the Marines to get there. So this one has more damage potential.
Yeah, and there's that gas. The drone has been sent out. Soulkey went for hatchery into gas into pool, so we'll see what he does this time around. Kind of waiting to see where this next drone is going to go. It's going to be pool into gas.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's important to remember is that's how crazy that last
Mm-hmm.
TVZ we saw was that it was hatchet to gas into pool, and he still held, which is nuts.
Yeah. Really masterful play there.
Oh.
Oh my God, that is so close. Oh, he sees the Marines. Whenever you see that come out, you're like, ah, come on.
Yeah.
That can be painful. So he cancels his gas. He's going to start bringing drones down. You need to stop the bunker from being built. It's okay to bring 3 or 4 to stop the bunker, but then you generally need to scale up to like 8 to fight the Marines. We'll see if he does that here or not.
It's one of the really painful things Zergers have to learn how to do is have their drones kind of glide out and try to bully the Marines. And, you know, if it's done correctly, you can hold and the game goes back to normal, but it's a pretty extreme situation. Good targeting here from SOOP.
Yeah.
He's basically going to kill, he killed at least 3 drones, almost 4 with a perfect pull away there at the end.
So 3 drones is generally considered where you're a little bit ahead as Terran for this. And he didn't have to build any bunkers and cancel any bunkers. And there was a decent amount of lost mining time there, but I don't know if Soulkey made any Zerglings. He might have 2 to 4 about to pop, but if he made none, I would give Soulkey a slight advantage here.
Well, and drone just hatched. 2 lings are going to pop here. So, I mean, he has the bare minimum.
Honestly, I put this pretty close to even right now. Like, even though he got 3 drones, the fact that Soulkey did not overreact in the slightest with Zergling production, because a lot of times what happens here is now Zerg has 8 slow Zerglings, and you have a Vulture, and the Zerglings do nothing, you know? But here he's going to have 2. He's going to utilize them for scouting, and that's about it. And SOOP still kind of has to sit back and just expand. Soulkey's economy is completely fine. Yeah, I've kind of... It feels pretty even. It really comes down to what SOOP's next move is and if it gets damage.
So the Overlord's going to spot the command center coming down now. It's good to see SOOP in a little bit of a lead here. I mean, I think that Soulkey is so favored here that it's super exciting to see that we're even having some close games so far, because there were a couple of entire seasons of ASL where he looked unstoppable. He does place the 3rd hatchery here. By the entrance, this creates a bit of a wall. And where do you go from here as Terran? I mean, right now we see it's the 1-1-1, but you know that can mean a lot of things. Is this straight into bio, or is there any chance of mech like you were talking about?
Well, it will probably be bio first and then into mech. Okay. It might actually be this one build that Terrans have been working on a little bit, especially light. We actually have a build right now, and what it'll be is mines coming out of these vultures, most likely. It could be speed because everyone can kind of do what they want. Everything's kind of still unexplored. But a single Wraith into Valkyrie with mines, it's actually, I've kind of like, I don't have an exact name for it, not one as good as Crazy Zerg at least, but this is kind of actually Terran's taking from Protoss. If this is the build that I think it is, which is 1 Wraith into Valkyrie with mines out, it's kind of like you're playing PvZ. The Wraith goes over, it kills 2 Overlords, scouts what your opponent is doing. Yeah, you lay the mines as your defense. Normally you'll have a bunker as well with this, but he did it off an 8-rack, so he doesn't have that in this case. But you scout with this, and then you have the anti-air in the form of Valkyries, like they're Corsairs. And there's even like Overlord hunting that Terrans have been doing with it. So it's like a really, really interesting one if he's going for that, but it's actually a dropship coming up. I didn't see an armory in there, but maybe I just missed it. And it looks like he wants to do a drop follow-up. So, like, it's not exactly what I was talking about, but I think we might see some of that this season. And it really, when you watch it, you're like, wait a minute, is this PvZ? Like, what? It's really kind of wild to see.
It makes sense. I mean, the Corsair really kind of fixed the whole matchup because of the ability to scout. I guess this is a little bit predictable. Like, if I'm Zerg and I see mines outside my base and I saw Wraiths, I'm like, yeah, there's a dropship coming.
Yeah, and
like
he's ready for it.
1,000% there's a dropship coming here. So I don't think this is going to do that much.
Probably not.
And, you know, this is one of the challenges with fighting Soulkey is he's just so fluid. He's so comfortable in kind of any position. He's always got a good read. He knows how to defend with the bare minimum. Now, these vultures are doing a lot of damage, undeniably.
Yeah, 5 kills is really good. In fact, he might get another one. No, not quite. Oh! 6 kills. That's really good. You're happy with that. Those 4 vultures weren't going to give you too much more value anywhere, so a good 6 drone kills right now is nice. And he's actually going into Cloaked Wraith. So this isn't the build I was talking about. But it's a very cool one. This is kind of like a more old school 1-1-1 from like around ASL Season 6 or so. We saw a lot of builds that looked like this. And generally what it will be is you go into 3 Wraiths with Cloak and then Science Vessels. That's what we've seen historically with this type of opener.
And I guess, you know, you already have the Overlords cleared on the map from earlier on with your Wraiths. So then you can use them like with Cloak Defense and kind of drive the Mutas out that way.
Yeah, and by the time they have like enough and Overlord speed, you have Irradiate, so you're fine. Yeah, see the Science Facility on the way? Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many Wraiths it takes to shoot down a Scourge with 1 or 2 shots?
I believe it's just 2.
Is that right?
I maybe
don't know.
not. Like Wraith ground attack is normal. Oh, actually, I think the Wraith main attack might be explosive, so that would mean 3 Wraith shots. That sounds more realistic. Yeah. Okay, we have a Lurker Ling coming from Soulkey. Look at this.
Yeah, he's headed down now. Now, there's 2 bunkers, and the placement's very deliberate. You want to have them spread out enough that they have to, you know, take out the first bunker to even get access to the second.
Oh, he's dead, dude. He has so few units in here. Oh, my God. The Lurkers are just going to crush, I think. Well, hold on. He has the 3 Wraiths. Yeah, the Lurkers are not even burrowing there for a moment. Okay, he does the Cloak. He's actually repairing these like crazy. Now the Lurker's trying to burrow up at the tank, but he blocks with SCVs. What am I looking at here, man? Holy crap. How did he hold this? Oh, my God. That's crazy.
A very, very poor attack from Soulkey. I mean, he just didn't have the Lings and Lurkers together. You know, the Lings are there to soak damage and overwhelm the Terran while the Lurkers come through and they get those obliterating, killing shots and wipe out everything. And I almost feel like Soulkey feels a little bit all in from here. I mean, there's more Lings trickling down. I think if SOC just kind of hangs on, he should be fine.
I am so surprised he lived through that, honestly. Now,
by the way, you were right. It is 3 shots from a Wraith to kill a Scourge.
Yeah. Yeah, Explosive does half against small, so 20 damage. Yeah, they have 25 health. Makes sense. Okay. So now we're in this area where Soulkey is rather all in, but SOC's production is very low. So it's going to, like, look at this. His academy's only now making. I mean, the odds of seeing a vanilla push where it's tank marine with no medics and no stim would be very, very low. So Soulkey might have time to actually recover this game. But the look on his face told me about all I need to know about what he's thinking about this game. Soulkey definitely thinks he's going to lose this.
Yeah, it'll depend on how clean he can play from here. I mean, I think this has kind of been a bumpy game for both sides.
Yeah.
The fact that when the attack failed, we saw nothing but Ling's hatch is a very bad sign.
Yeah.
Obviously, not having an academy is also just like, and by the way, it just finishes, but not having an academy up till now, also a very bad sign.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, you need to at least get stim before you can take any fights in the game. I mean, if you look back at the games of StarCraft before stim, they are so weird to even see. It's a totally different game.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like we did use stim in vanilla, but like you could only use it basically one time because you didn't have medics.
I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say. With no medics, right? Because sometimes people would stim and you just run away.
Yeah. It was like you had to hit the stim button at exactly the right time. Anyone who played in vanilla was very stingy with stims for a long time. Whereas nowadays you should be kind of spamming it out if you have a good amount of medics. But yeah, looking at this game, still SOC is flying around with the Wraiths, seeing what he can get done. The Mutas are trying to counter them right now, see if he can catch them. Some interesting army movement here from SOC. You can see how he's kind of waiting for the Mutas to hopefully overfly where his Wraiths are so he can go back in for some more damage.
Killing off a couple drones here and there. And I think right now SOC has a pretty good idea of exactly where he is in this game. The push is going to be pretty scary. The thing that worries me is that Soulkey's so good at these fights where Terran's like 60% of the way across the map.
Yeah.
He's so good at kind of buying time, baiting out stims, keeping stuff behind it. And then just when it seems like Terran might have enough, the Zerg comes in from these angles and hits everywhere. And you can see Soulkey's already setting up for this. He's got, I think, 3 overlords fanning out to try to track the position.
I don't know how Soulkey could ever take this fight, though. There's like 4 vessels with good energy on them. So, like, whether it's Defense Matrix or Radiate, it's really, really seriously a lot. Well, Soulkey gets one of them. So that's a good move with the Scourge to get one. Look at this. He's picking off reinforcements. Soulkey is doing everything in his power to win this game. Like, he is trying every single move that exists still. But look, like, he's got so much Irradiate power, he can just throw it down on anything.
Yeah, he's going to try to get ready to hit here from behind. Another Irradiate. Oh, man, this one Irradiate's just right in the stack of mutas. He's going to lose so many. He's going to lose so many. He needs to get that out of there. Oh, my God.
Yeah,
GG.
That's game. Look at that. Yeah,
he messed up.
SOC wins the group. That was really impressive from SOC. You know, it really came down to Soulkey failing that lurker attack. He had so much. I thought for sure he was going to break him. I thought for sure. But the well-placed bunkers, Soulkey was late on that first burrow, and then he tried to run past because he knew it was starting to go wrong, and the SCV block was beautiful, and there was a turret up the ramp to spot the lurkers that did make it to the ramp. Just awesome play there from SOC, and you can see that this guy is really strong and undervalued right now as far as Terran players go.
I mean, beating Soulkey is no small feat, and that was much more of a straight-up game. A little bit of aggression, did the damage to the workers, got in there with the Wraiths, killed the Overlords, held off the all-in. By the way, really bad all-in from Soulkey. I mean, it was like all the Lings were gone and then 4 lurkers burrow. He might have been able to win the game had he hit with the lurkers, you know.
Yeah, maybe. But well done by SOC. Well-deserved round of 16 from him there. And that really makes the rest of this group a bit of a knife fight.
ASL Season 21 24강
You're watching Group B of the round of 24 here at ASL Season 21 as we have our first player through to the round of 16 today. Let's bring SSak out here on stage. A round of applause, please.
축하드립니다.
Congratulations.
와, 사실 최호선 선수 본인조차도
Before we
경기전
even started,
인터뷰에서
you yourself said
위로
that
올라갈
this
것
is
같다는
the expectation to shine as a first place player is not for this season, but with great performance, you succeed in moving on to the round of 16 today. Let me ask how you're feeling. The game against JYJ wasn't going well, so I thought I would lose, but I decided to treat it as a warm-up game and play it out till the end, and winning that one let me advance today. Many people recognize your TVT for being as good as it is, but just as you said, you were off to a really bad start against JYJ in that game. Regardless, you stayed confident moving out towards the center of the map, which made people think you did not realize yourself that you were behind. Honestly, my decision to go for 4 Factory Vulture was a losing one, but JYJ played so poorly. So I thought maybe if I hold out a while an opportunity might arise, so I just kept playing. Catching your opponent's army towards the 7 o'clock twice clearly let you establish a foothold. At what point did you think the game is now leaning in your favor? It was a lost case from the start, but I caught 3 dropships at the 9 o'clock. At that point I figured we're about even. And you scored a victory in the winner's match against Soulkey. TVT is your strong suit, but to be fair, your versus Zerg in the ASL isn't that good. This is actually your first win against a Zerg in the ASL, and it's against Soulkey at that. What meaning does that carry for you? I think I got a little lucky. Ample first played a BBS and Soulkey defended it, so I knew he would play a 12 hatch. You know, Soulkey plays this a lot. He switches back to Lings after going muta. I kept that in the back of my mind as we played, and things just went well. I get the feeling you're ready to cause some trouble this season, as it seems you are seeing through your opponent's minds and preparing well for the matches. There will be a lot of expectations for you this season. How do you think the group selection ceremony will go? I think either Soma or Snow will pick me. If I get picked early, I want to turn my group into a group of death. Should be an interesting group selection ceremony with you there then. Lastly, please address the fans who showed you a lot of support this season as well as your colleagues. It's been a while since I made the round of 16, so I'll try and do my best to go far. I'm part of the HM StarCraft University, and our boss, Hyungmin, he looks after me really well, so I'm very thankful. And we had a lot of our members showing up today to cheer for me. Thank you so much. With how much support you've been getting, I can't wait to see you in the round of 16. Congratulations on making it through. Thank you. We've just heard from SAK, our first player moving on to the round of 16 today. We will be back in a short while with the losers and decider matches.
뜨겁게 타올랐던 불빛 한순간 불이었던 걸 baby no 참았던 말도 이제는 no more 네 편이 아닌 걸 say no more not anymore 이젠 없어 달콤한 거짓말 속에 갇혀 있는지 몰랐어 사랑한단 말도 연기였던 걸 to the blame, I play your game, but not this time, I'm not the same. 사랑은 마치 불장난 같아. 아슬아슬 위태로운 너의 장난이 다칠 걸 알면서도 우리 둘만 아는 게임이 끝이 날수록 더 끊어내지 못한 불장난 숨길 수가 없어 너와 있을 때 내 맘을 안 된다고 말해봐도 너에게로 또 다시 나를 데려가 머리와 내 마음이 서로 다른 말을 해 이미 끝난 사이인데 착각 속에 빠져들어 난 설명이 안 돼 이젠 끊어낼 수 없는 불장난 같은 거 아슬아슬 위태로운 너의 장난이 다칠 걸 알면서도 우리 둘만 아는 게임이 끝이 날수록 더 끊어내지 못한 불장난 같은 거 숨길 수가 없어 I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. Sometimes I gotta remind myself. Take time, take time, take time. Find the light in your eyes, fantasize that way you're somewhere else. We're breaking out of the middle, we're flying fast like a missile. Can we hold on just a little longer? Where do we
All right. We are going into the losers match here. JYJ against Ample. Jane Doe and Match Point are the vetoes for our Terran players, and Attitude will be the map that they battle on. Gonna be crazy. Yeah. Like, this TVT, okay, whoever goes forward, though, to play against Soulkey in a best of 1 to go to the round of 16, oh, man.
I mean, it's kind of crazy. I thought Soulkey was going to be advancing so easily. So when you see that he's not, that's got to be rough for these two guys here. And keep in mind, Ample was kind of supposed to win that game. I mean, that was really a bit of a throw. He had the build order win. He was nearly done with the execution, and then just didn't quite have the split-second decision-making to handle that part correctly. And so here we are, man. I mean, both JYJ and Ample having tough days, and whoever wins here, they're far from out of it. It's a it's about the toughest opponent in all the ASL you could fight besides Flash.
Yeah, for real. Gonna be a tough one, but they have to play first here on Attitude. Definitely could go either way. I think a lot of people are just more in line with knowing who JYJ is. They've seen his results. But seriously, Ample's been at the top of the ladder for the last 6-8 months. He's playing like really, really well. He's improved the quality of his macro play greatly. He's always been very good at aggression. So a dangerous player to go up against for JYJ here, I think.
Should be a fun one. A lot of great TVTs so far this season of ASL. We're only here in day 2. But let's see what happens. These guys duke it out. JYJ versus Ample starting now. Okay, both players sharing the top. Ample here on the right and JYJ on the left. By the way, guys, we are using a new audio setup here. We used to cast next to each other in Korea. And when we ended up doing this remotely and Dan moved to Canada, we ended up sticking with the headphones we were using that were ideal for two people broadcasting next to each other. And we just realized, why don't we try our other mics? These are higher quality and better for recording. So, yeah, let us know how it sounds, guys. I think my cat just knocked something over, so they might have heard something there. But other than that, yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah, I do have to say it's kind of funny, like how the human brain works sometimes, where like it's so obvious we should have just used our better mics when we stopped sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
And then it took literally years for you to be like, oh, by the way, someone said we should switch to the other mics. And I was like, oh, of course.
Yeah. No, it's funny because like even when I would cast alone in here, like solo stuff for StarCraft and other games, I would put the headset mic on and I'm like, why do I think this is like a caster mic?
Yeah. Well, because we worked in studios with mics really similar to those. And in fact, even sometimes that exact mic in studios. So yeah, it is funny though.
Yeah, the headset mic is great in a loud place, and you can have two people shouting.
Yeah.
And they're not getting picked up into each other's mics. But then we did this, and we're like, oh no, this is just way better. This is like a proper podcast mic we've got here. So anyways, let us know if this sounds better, or what your thoughts are on it. We're trying to always upgrade over here at the ASL.
Indeed. All right, so Terran versus Terran on Attitude. Both players seem to be going for probably a factory expansion, both with slightly forward Raxes. JYJ's a bit further outside of his base. That's just like JYJ's positioning exactly on that is to be able to pressure if your opponent is going for like a gasless expansion or a command center first. And like if you scout them very quickly with a forward Rax like that, oftentimes you can get yourself into a position where you're ahead of them. So definitely can be a very smart thing to put your racks out there. It's very common in TVT.
So we've got the cross spawn scout here for Ample. He's going to be checking in the bottom left, and it's going to be a clockwise scout here for JYJ. This is going to allow JYJ to find his opponent first. Although I don't know really the dynamics of, a first scout versus... potentially with the way this scout's going, it's possible Ample might end up scouting last. So, like, what's your take on this, Tastosis? When Terran finds the other one this early, what can they take advantage of, really?
Do you remember we used to talk about with cross spawn scouts how like they must have a different build for close spawn and cross spawn? That's what this one was. I don't feel like that's as much the case anymore, although it is somewhat still. But he kept his SCVs on gas, so like he was planning 100% to do something kind of aggressive. Now, this is the best case scenario for JYJ is that he brought his Marines up for an attack right away. Because as soon as you scout that it's 2-fact from your opponent, holding it is so much easier. Now, he's just going to run home with these and build a bunker. Ample can't be happy with this. So, like, early game Terran versus Terran cheese is rock, paper, scissors. Like, there's always something that you can do that will screw up what your opponent is trying to defend or vice versa. So, like, for instance, if you were going 2-factory, no add-on, so it's like vultures into Goliaths, your opponent can just make a bunker and be fine. If you're going 2-factory with tanks, your opponent can just, go siege mode really quickly with a starport. If you're going Wraith tank, your opponent can go no siege mode, tank Goliath off 2-factory and hold it, right? But the thing is, if you look at this rock, paper, scissors, if it's any of the other ones, you crush. So it's, it's very risky, and as soon as you get scouted, it's like, oh, there's no starport? Okay, I can actually just kind of produce tanks, get a second factory up, and be okay. I don't need an armory. And you can see, like, this is looking very, very good for JYJ right now. Ample, okay, there. I was going to say he should be going tanks with this, because as soon as it's scouted, you can't stay the vulture route.
We can see the machine shop spinning here, that armory about to start. And, games like this, regardless of the matchup, whenever you see one person one-basing for a while and not taking a base, it's really going to be down to the one-base person either killing or crippling the other guy. Because if the guy who's expanding and defending holds, I mean, the game's basically over. So this is a really important moment in time here. Note that the tank does outrange the bunker. I think this is something a lot of people forget if they're not really familiar with PvT. The tank's range is actually pretty absurd. Oh my God, the bones block.
Dude, that is the worst reason to lose a game.
That's great. I actually couldn't even understand what I was looking at for a second. So there's two. We'll show you when. Okay, so see the two skeletons, not one, but two, which I never even noticed there were two there. I noticed the bones before. Both of those cannot be traversed by tanks or vultures, which means a landed barracks here makes them loop all the way around. And I don't even know if Ample understood what was even happening, because relocating this won't fix this either.
Well, it helps with the pathing a little bit, because the tank is going to pop out at a different location, so that will help with the pathing. But already JYJ has gone from a position where he was losing to a position where he might be able to win. Now, this is great targeting. Dude, Ample's just going to kill him. This is crazy, because he stopped the upgrade on his siege mode. This build that Ample's doing was dominating the ladder for about a week and a half. Light made a guide on this, and it ruined Terran vs. Terran on the ladder, Tastosis. It was so bad. It was every single Terran player is subscribed to Light on YouTube and saw it and did the build every single game. It was madness. And it's exactly this that you're seeing here. So even though he scouted this, the thing is he didn't get siege mode. You kind of need to get siege mode to be able to hold on against this, and he canceled it. I don't even understand. Like, he saw the tank coming out. He had to know that this was that build.
It was a Whitmore move, for sure. And it ended up being a losing move in that sense, because he was trying so hard to win, he kind of neglected the one way that he could have actually be killed here.
Yeah.
The tank's going to be up on the high ground now. I mean, JYJ, he seems to be holding.
Yeah, for now.
Hold on. The tanks are actually hitting the command center.
The Wraith can be an equalizer here. So Wraith plus Siege Tank is the ultimate vision in Terran vs. Terran. Like, he'll have to put it directly on the barracks. You have to push the barracks back. It's already well enough on fire that he's going to be able to push it back really, really quickly. And then generally what you'll see is every few moments, either you'll scan or you'll send an SCV forward or you'll send a Vulture forward, because as soon as this gets pushed back, he unsieges, move forward, and sieges just out of vision of the tanks, because tanks shoot further than they can see. So watch this now. You have to send a Vulture forward right now. Like, when they do this, you know that this is coming. See the SCV go forward? That is to catch him making this move so he can target a tank down, and he kills one of the tanks. So if he does that about twice more correctly, the game is basically his.
He's got one more weak tank over here. Driving away the barracks is going to make this so hard for Ample to work. I mean, tanks shoot further than they see, as we all know. And that's the one thing he's got in the sky that lets him spot here. So that goes down.
Losing that barracks is a little bit rough.
Yeah, and now JYJ is basically in a position where he's not really under any threats here. As long as he can repair his tanks. He really needs to be repairing his tanks, by the way. These SCVs just sitting there idly, that's insane to me. Okay, never mind. Maybe he won't be able to hold this. I just kind of thought after he reset up that the position of like you should have like 2 SCVs ready to repair each tank and stuff.
Yeah, you know, your calls are right. He's not executing well enough. Like both of them are having executional errors today, like for sure.
Yeah.
For Ample as well. Like he wasn't executing this perfectly either. But yeah, like the very top Terrans would have been like, you put either of these guys against one of the very best, like Light or Rush or Flash, and those 3 Terrans win from both sides against these 2 guys. Like you give them either side and they would have executed it well enough to win. Based on what we've seen here.
Yeah. Looks like we have a dropship out here now. God, there's so many tanks here. It's kind of crazy. It's 1 tank to 5 right now. There's a drop coming in. I mean, will this have the kind of impact it needs to have? I mean, again, I feel like if he just inches his tanks far up enough, he can start to hit this command center. There are at least, 3 vultures. 3 is the number with the one-shotting of SCVs like we see here. And there's not a lot to defend. You know, the Goliath can kind of be ignored here by the vultures. So he is going to get his kills. But again, we got to pivot back over to the natural expansion where JYJ is trying to defend to see if this base can still be held. He literally can, maybe not now, but I was going to say he could have slid tanks up there closer to where the mines are around this little arc and started to hit the the command center with the SCVs and the tanks in the back could have covered that.
Oof. This is a wild game. So much damage on both sides. Definitely, Ample still has the heads-up advantage here. JYJ, though, is getting a lot of damage done with these vultures. You can see him kind of hemming and hawing.
He's starting to...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, just he's starting to, get these kills that are really piling up a lot faster than the damage that that Ample's doing outside of JYJ's base. I mean, at this point in time, the tanks really haven't done that much other than shave off overextended units.
Oh, he's going to lose his 1. Oh, God, the Wraith can come out now. He lost his 1 Goliath that has been sitting there all game long, was not on a hold position. And again, well, I guess a couple more are coming over, but again, you can see that just executionally, that's the issue. Like, the strategies are good, the macro's good, but actually like taking your units and making them function for you perfectly in these scenarios, like doing the repairs on time, holding position the correct units, getting the vision at the right times. We're seeing a few errors in that regard.
Ample's trying to bust through. The SCVs are pulled. Is there enough here to kind of hold this off? It looks like some of the SCVs ended up tanking in the front. And he still has 5 tanks left over.
Yeah.
Oh my God, somehow this went by. Were those Wraiths on hold position? Did they not see it?
Well, their vision technically saw it, but he definitely didn't see it. So, like, they were not placed correctly. Again, execution, man. Like, we're watching, we oftentimes are spoiled by the very, very... Not that these guys aren't the best in the world as well, but there are differences. And you can see that here.
I mean, this is pretty brutal. This is a game that has gone on now for 12 minutes. No one has a third base.
Yeah.
No one's going to have a third base for a little while now. There's never been a scanner set up over at the natural here for JYJ because there's always been tanks in range of it.
Wait a minute.
Vultures run up to the front here, try to tank.
Something was wrong there with Ample on his Wraith. Like, his Wraiths weren't attacking his opponent's Wraiths. I think he actually did, like, he targeted something wrong there. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but something went badly wrong because he should have won that Wraith fight based on how that started, and he lost one and his opponent didn't, which doesn't really compute. So he did some sort of bad click there. All right, once again, the second barracks really heavily on fire. Man, he is losing a lot of tanks here. Getting ready to maybe try to bust again? I don't know that he can, though. That's just so many tanks out front for Ample.
You might have mentioned this and I might have missed it, but do they both have... Okay, no one has +1. Is anybody getting +1?
Well, +1 doesn't matter unless you go to +2. They might both be looking at this and saying this game is going to end before anyone can get to +2.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, because if this game doesn't end and we go on and somebody's getting the upgrades, that's going to be, you know, everything. But you're right, we're not there yet. God, this line of tanks from Ample is so scary. And the Goliath count is high enough that, like, I don't know if you even want to try to inch into that. I think you almost want to just try to defend and carve out a little place for yourself and hope that they kind of bleed out a little bit more, maybe enough to the point where they can't get in any further. But he's going to pull SCVs again, or is this just a transfer?
I don't know. Like, I think he does have to pull SCVs. I think he needs to go absolutely hog wild to try to break this. Or, well, I guess he's got 2 dropships. But look at this. Ample's just going to go up and counter this easily with his Goliaths, right? Well, sieging 3 tanks here. Those Goliaths are actually not going to fare super well against this. God, it is a dirty, dirty game. They are taking a lot of damage and dealing a lot of damage to each other over and over. Ample will be able to hold this. JYJ is very close to dead now. Like, him securing this base and defending it makes it really hard for JYJ to have any counterplay available.
He's going to drop over here, and honestly, it's not going to cut it. I think Ample had the right idea, by the way, by taking 12 o'clock. GG.
Wow.
Dude, what a crazy day. I don't know why. I was so confident JYJ would play better today. And, you know, look, let's not forget, man, Ample, I mean, he basically had Soulkey dead to rights. And just, you know, fumbled the ball at the last second. But, like, he knows how to play.
Yeah.
If he can pull something like that off again here, why not? Maybe he could beat Soulkey.
Ample's been dominating the ladder lately. You can really see it has improved himself. He is falling back on a more aggressive builds for the tournament play, which I'm not too surprised since that's always been his thing. He did a good job with the rush overall. Like, it's a good choice as well. JYJ canceling Siege is mind-blowing. You have to get Siege against that. Like, if they're going 2 factory tank vulture, if you don't have siege mode, that's what they do to you. They just push in, they kind of get into range, and you're forced into bad trades for the rest of the game.
Great games today so far.
Really.
I've really been having a blast with these. Some of these TBTs have been fantastic. It's kind of crazy how that one went down. You know, sometimes the funnest games are not the ones where both sides play perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, they could be a little bit bumpy, right? We're going to take a short break, guys. We'll be back with our final game of Group B.
I'm wearing the crown, look at me now, the way that I shine, I'm royal. I'm covered in gold, high on my throne, I get what I want. I got diamonds, I got watches, I got a plot with a yacht in the Bahamas. Big vibe, bigger income, mama's got the keys to the kingdom. Royalty, can't touch my vibe. Royalty, believe the hype.
Make way for the queen! Make way for the queen! Make way for the queen.
I got a hot mess energy. Don't need no remedy. I got a hot mess energy. Don't need no remedy. Yeah, I'm a contradiction, fashion friction on a mission. Still I'm drinking, still I'm sinning. I'm a bad decision. Late to the party, but on the event, and my mood so loud, I just need to vent. No need to fix it if it ain't broke. I'm in love with my imperfections. Might have a drink, maybe even a smoke, but I'm still blazing, cause I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess. What's up? I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess, what's up? I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess, what's up? I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess, what's up? Live for today, not for tomorrow. No looking back, I don't need to wallow. Spend like it's going out of style, but the boys still holler cause they know I'm wild. I rock that Versace, no cap, got my car keys. I'm out the door, I'm out and prowling. They hear me coming, they hear me growling. No need to fix it if it ain't broken. I'm in love with my imperfections. Might have a drink, maybe even a smoke. But I'm still blazing, cause I'm a hot mess. I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess. What's up? I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess, what's up? I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess, what's up? I'm a hot mess, I'm a hot mess, what's up? Yeah, yeah.
This is now we counting up chips. I think it's time that they pay y'all. Let's go. Yeah, I bet on myself. 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 They so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can top that. No way. I think it's time that they pay y'all. Let's go. Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. (1998년부터 시작된 브로더의 역사는 아직 끝나지 않았습니다. 새로운 역사의 시작 ASL 스타크래프트 리마스터 최초의 대회, 여러분들이 원하는 꿈의 축제 뜨거운 박수 넘어가는 MC로 뚫어요 역사적인 기록을
의 어려움은 나한테 아무것도 아니다. 가을의 주인공이
오늘 입천체 이게 바닥부터 시작해서 7년 만에 헤란의 새로운 왕관
최고의 선수.
뛰는 연속 우승 전국 왕조의 트로피를 이어받는 새로운 우승자의 이름은 박상현.
이런 선수들이 이런 멋진 경기를 팬들 앞에서 여전히 보여주고 있다라는 것을
We are back. Hello, everybody. It's time for the final match. This is an exciting one. I mean, I'll be blown away if Soulkey's not in the round of 16 because that is just unimaginable to me. There were a lot of different narratives I had in my head before we started the season. And, one is, Soulkey facing off against all of these great players. After the season, he didn't win the last one here, including Flash. But I did not imagine him one where he could lose to Ample. But honestly, that would be the craziest, most hype thing ever if Ample managed to win here. And he already kind of proved he could do it once.
Yeah.
The question is, can he do it again?
Well, we're definitely on a different
Can he do it
map.
again and actually finish it?
Yeah. We're on Sylphid, right? 3-player map, so a little bit easier to scout out what's going on. I mean, you could go for the same strategy. I feel like Soulkey should do something like an overpool just to be safe. Because I think if he gets into a macro game against Ample, the odds of Ample winning go down so dramatically.
All right, guys, this is it. The final game of Group B. Let's go. Ample here at the top, center, and Soulkey in the bottom left. Our final plug of the day, guys. Consider going to patreon.com/ASL English. We need your support. We could not do this without you guys. If you want to support us in our StarCraft 1 endeavors here, this is the best way to do it. This is the biggest, most competitive StarCraft tournament in the world for StarCraft Remastered. And we love covering it. And, this is also the oldest esport that is still played on a massive level. That is still played on, by the way, any level at all. There's a lot of games of esports that kind of are basically extinct or almost endangered species. But this one... this one is so massive in Korea, and we want to spread this all over the world. So please consider signing up.
Yeah. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported over the years and continues to watch. You guys are the best. Spread the word. ASL is back. Crazy season. So excited about what's going to be happening here. And it already a little bit hard to predict, SOC coming through, winning this group. That's pretty damn impressive. He was behind against JYJ. I think he was behind against Soulkey at one moment, but fought back in both. Really has some grit, and I think I hope that he gains some more fans this season because he legitimately is really good. All the really deep Terran players know that he is he's overshadowed because we have so many strong Terran players right now, but the guy is great.
It is not going to be pool first here for Soulkey, but he's not going to pay a price for that this game either. Terran going for a wall-in at the entrance, which usually means an expand, although we have had games where Terrans get a little bit cheeky and go for a gas, but that's probably not what's going to happen in this game.
No, not this time.
And, not this time. And, that means Soulkey is going to be going with his, his hatch and his pool down here. And, let's see what kind of game they bring us and whether or not Ample has anything tricky coming this way.
Well, Ample historically here would just do a stim rush and try to get to Soulkey's base before Sunkens are up. That's they actually gave him a nickname. He was called Tornado Terran for a little bit because he won so many TVZs by literally leaving his medics in the dust and stimming 2-3 times across the map. I remember many games of him doing this. But again, he's filled out his play quite a bit. If he tries to go for a regular bio macro game, it's going to go really poorly. But you know what? There's a lot of tech builds he could do behind an expansion here that could be strong.
So we have a bunker being made over here that was placed before the command center. So he's putting a little bit of pressure. This is generally not intended to win, but it's in the hopes of, at best, killing drones, at worst, maybe not at worst, but at least best, forcing the drones to not mine.
Yeah.
Right.
And he'll make some extra Zerglings, right? That's
right. Yeah. Well, let's see if he's just going to get up. This is starting to look pretty close. So this is not supposed to be happening. I think that Soulkey may have underestimated. This is actually kind of crazy. Soulkey may have underestimated, how committed Ample was going to be and how good he was going to be in this. I love the chasing of the drones away. It's so good. So this is not going to end the game, but this is a problem because this already interrupts everything that the Zerg was trying to do. He's had to send drones back. He's had to make more Zerglings. It is kind of scary here. He's going to run out there. He does bait him in. He's going to go for the repair. The Zergling's damage is high enough. You can basically snowball the damage down. But, that's pretty good for Terran, right?
Yeah, that's excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, it's great. Already the Spire tech is... Oh, never mind. What? Hydralisk tech here.
Okay.
As the layer finishes.
That kind of makes a little bit of sense, but let me say just for one quick moment here. Actually, Ample's build is perfectly capable of dealing with what Soulkey's going for here. But that might have been, like, there's a new teched out Rax, like, barracks expansion build where you get the barracks, like, 10 seconds faster. I wasn't paying enough attention to check if that was it. I actually kind of didn't think about that, but it's made especially for that type of bunker rush to work well. Because you just... like, even pushing 10 seconds of timing around can screw up Zerg quite a bit. So that might have been what that was, and I didn't notice. But anyways, the going for the Hydralisk Den here, like a Lurker Ling type of frontal push, could be strong if he was teching up really quickly. Or even if he was going, like, Engineering Bay behind this, which is pretty popular. But it's a 2-barracks academy, so, like, he's going to have enough units. He's going to have a comsat. So I don't think this is going to do very much against Ample, which is obviously very problematic here for Soulkey because he needs to get some sort of counterplay with this Lurker opener.
Yeah. If you can get the Marines a little bit further back behind the Wallen and maybe blow this up, that could be pretty handy.
Yeah.
The problem is the Terran's already out and forward, right?
He might just... Yeah, it looks like he's sending a drone down. So maybe just into some macro play. Yeah, he does one scan in the main, and he sees that it's Lurker, so he'll definitely make at least a couple bunkers. Yeah, you can see really well-placed bunkers as well. One forward bunker to try to stop the pressure, and a further back bunker just in case that front one breaks. But Soulkey should transition from here into a defensive Lurker play, where he's just trying to get 3 gases up, and the bio can't break him. But no matter how you look at this, Ample should be ahead here. Well, he is ahead, but yeah, like... It is a tough position for Soulkey, but not undoable, I would say.
More Lings hatching.
It's a lot of Lings.
He might just go for it again here. Man, it's kind of weird seeing these games from Soulkey.
Yeah.
It's almost sad.
It is.
I mean, I can't say I totally blame him. He's been getting, people have been getting their jabs in early on. Last time he tried this against JYJ, he really didn't have the Lings and Lurkers moving in at the same time, so this time the Lurkers are going to lead. And, the problem is that this is just probably not going to be something he can pull off. The bunker already has enough sustain. Maybe he can try to wipe out some of the infantry. They're going to get stuck and bunched up over here.
Okay, like, when this is happening, I could see him go either very fast Hive or Spire here. I feel like either one could work, but neither one is guaranteed. It really has so much to do with how Ample wants to play from here. Because this is still definitely very Ample advantage. Oh, God, just lift your barracks, man. Just come on. Good thing that barracks is down producing Marines. Jeez. He's losing more than that will ever produce right there. But, well, I mean, Soulkey's push is doing better than anticipated because Ample's not dealing with that. But hidden Spire at that third base for Soulkey. So it looks like he's kind of decided how to do this. This is kind of like it's a bit all-in-ish on layer. Is that? That's not a second starport. That has to be an additional barracks behind the factory, right? See, he's scanning to look, and he shows a Queen's Nest here. So if I'm looking at that as Ample, I see the Queen's Nest go down now. I already have my factory up and spinning. I'd think to myself, oh, I can hit a siege tank timing attack here and break him. But what's going to happen is Soulkey is going to have 1 million Mutalisks. There's going to be one vessel, maybe with a Radiate, maybe not. And I think Soulkey in this position, based on what Ample just scouted, he's in a prime position to come back in this game, basically.
Whoa, is he going to do this? He's going to run up here and try to take this out? No scans yet.
Okay.
He tries to bail. One of the Marines falls.
He won't. I don't think he'll die, though. Like, we just heard siege mode on that tank. He should be completely fine.
No, he'll 100% be okay here. I'm just kind of surprised Soulkey's going to try to pressure this.
Look at this. Runs away as he scans. This is really expert play. Soulkey is...
every time Ample's army gets fished out there and he loses some units, I mean, the numbers are getting smaller and smaller. He's going to go for a drop, and this is right as mutas are out. And I think this might even go right through the Mutalisks that are heading up here.
It looks that way.
This... Oh! He can kill this. He's got enough.
For sure. And there's not a single missile turret in the main base. And there's not a vessel yet. Like, these mutas are going to deal so much damage to Ample, Soulkey's going to be ahead. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He can start to kill SCVs. Remember, you know, there's not that many Marines in the front. I don't think he can run in with the lurkers here, but, you know, the mutas can fight the Marines. That's what's so scary about this.
Yeah,
it's not like some of these other interactions where, like, you know, Goliaths come to the Wraiths and the Wraiths have to leave, right? The mutas are much more tanky and much better at fighting.
Looking very good for Soulkey now after this Mutalisk tech switch. The game is definitely not over. Like, there are still timings available here for Ample. Yes, he has 3 siege tanks. He has that vessel. He needs to get a Radiate to reduce the muta count some. He lost a lot of Marines, both to the lurkers and those mutas that just flew in, and that dropship that went haywire, right? If he hadn't lost any of those, I would actually say, okay, he's got a timing to win this game for sure with good execution. But here he's a little bit low, so it's a question mark. It's up in the air. Like, if he executes really, really well, which I don't feel like he's been doing today, maybe he just goes across the map and wins. But it's difficult.
Well, he's really keeping this Terran busy. You know, this map, Neo-Sylphid, is really good to abuse people from air because they can't see over these high ground temple walls. But Terran's response is going to be to just come out with everything and start the push. Now, he's got hold position lurkers. Ooh, man, you got to be careful. You know, tanks are kind of designed to fight the lurkers, but if you eat too many lurker shots, on them, it's going to be bad. He's going to run up. Big bro here.
The Marines are in front of the tanks. He's taking a lot of damage. Oh, he loses one. 2 of the other tanks are kind of low as well. The mutas might be able to pick those tanks off, really, if he just keeps flying around in a circle. And, oh, Greater Spire on the way also. This army is not well equipped to deal with Guardians.
I feel like Soulkey's the best in the whole world at, like, teching a Guardian super fast on 3 bases. And just messing a Terran up.
We have seen him in positions like this do a great job against tank pushes with those for sure. I remember specifically against like JYJ even in a previous ASL where he crushed something that looked like this. Okay, Ample pushing forward right now. Guardians are already being made. Ample is well up in supply, but again, his army is not well suited to fight this many Guardians. He does not have enough Marines for this. Like, realistically, you should cover the retreat of the tanks here, but he's just going to end up losing everything, unfortunately. Soulkey will lose a few units.
And I think you always want to do a full counter push once you win the fight with the Guardians, right? These things don't have a whole lot of
they're not going to get better.
Like in a longer game.
Yeah.
You're not like, no, save those. Are you crazy? Those are Guardians. You can put one in each of your bases to defend something.
Yeah.
You basically want to try to swing it and snowball the damage back to their base.
Yeah, they're generally great they're generally great right when you get them, and then really weak after that. So I wouldn't mind him doing that.
It's like a power spike.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks like he's just going to have them be a mobile defense for now, which makes sense because Ample is doing the right thing. He's keeping pressure on. He's saying, well, I'm going to kill this base if you go after me. Like, the Guardians could definitely deal some damage in his base. He's not going to die to him. But he's keeping them back. He's forcing them back by moving around, roaming with his army. Ooh, another engineering bay. That means that Ample is going to stay on Marine Medic. That's going to be tough. This is where Soulkey has really paid the bills in recent years, is he just does not lose to Marine Medic Science Vessel. He is so godly at defending against it. Now, to be fair, we're on Neo-Sylphid, and he doesn't have an easy 4th base available. That is,
true.
If we were on another base where like he had another main and he just had to push 2 inches down the ramp for a 4th, I'd be like, well, bye, Ample, you're dead. A Dark Swarm has been cast. But like, it's a lot harder on this map to get that 4th gas. And if he can keep him off the 4th gas, then he can win.
I wouldn't mind even seeing him take that base at 3 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah.
So the Guardians are going to come down again and help defend. There are Lings, by the way, hitting the new base, the new 3rd base over here. We don't have it on screen. But the Guardians are doing good work.
Yeah.
we were just making fun of using Guardians to defend, but honestly, this is working out kind of nicely here. Oh, they're going to go for the command center. Is there any way you could kill this before the Terran comes in? Probably not.
Just barely not there. Well, Ample definitely needs some more bases. Just the fact that you stay on the Marine Medic makes this game like really, really exciting. It doesn't feel like a great game for a mech switch anyways. The game has been so hectic. He's got the double armory going. He's got only about 4 or 5 barracks going. But he's got the, some good vessel counts coming up. Still has some siege tanks. He really needs to keep an eye on Soulkey trying to get another base. There is like an all-in push that exists that we've seen even from Soulkey before with like Guardians plus Defiler, where you just kind of bring everything at once and the Guardians kind of zone things and you throw down a couple Dark Storms on the way and try to just push right into them. But I don't think that's open to him right now. I think there's too many Irradiates.
Yeah, the longer these vessels stay in the game and the more they throw Irradiate after Irradiate down, taking out Guardians, Lurkers, and whatever else you can get, the better Terran's going to be. They're going to have traded out very, very efficiently. The 4th base for Zerg is being taken here at the other starting location.
Now, which
is predictable, hard to get to as well.
This is going to be where if Ample loses, it's because he's been a little bit lackluster on his scouting. Like, really, that's the one thing. Obviously, you watch for him trying to come across the map with Darkstorm like we see here, but there's no reason to not have already sent, like, a group of 2 to 4 Marines to every gas. Just send it to every single gas on the map, because that's how you lose this. You win this by keeping him on 3 gas. You lose it by him getting to 4 and grinding you out.
Okay, so we've got more roaming here. Terran obviously can't do anything to the Dark Swarm there. Anything under the Dark Swarm. I gotta say, Ample getting a 5th base, man, this is getting kind of crazy.
Yeah, getting another base is very nice. You can see the
Guardians, they're slow. It's kind of hard to get anywhere with them. Oh my God, look at this position here. You never really see Lurkers broed like that, below the ramp.
I can't believe how good the Guardians are continuing to be this late into the game.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
Seriously, he just stopped all those units from coming in. Now his Nidus is going to finish, and that base is basically set. Like, really great job. Those Guardians just being moved to really superb locations. Amazing Guardian defense. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and as long as he has Dark Swarms here and any Lurkers broed underground, it's pretty impossible for Terran to get in here. But, Ample, he's going to play one of these super grindy games. I also, Artosis, expected him to kind of come through with more of a mech-style play after one attack and one armor is done on infantry. But he's just staying here with that classic TVZ style.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have to see him add some production, by the way, as that mineral base up. We're going to see his minerals really start to spike on this low count that he has. Oh, the 2 wraiths come in. See, this is why the Guardians don't scale well, is eventually Terrans just get sick of it and do something like this. Oh, yeah, he's going to get a lot of kills right there. But look at this. Plenty of Lurkers coming out for the defense. Ample is keeping a lot of pressure on both locations.
Ooh, it looks like he was getting really pulled through a narrow area there. Meanwhile, Terran's coming down here. We need to see some Dark Swarms on the ground with Lurkers underneath them. Otherwise, this position's going to fall here. But for now, yeah, it seems like Soulkey's, kind of barely hanging on. He's still continuing to grow. Ample is becoming absurdly big. He's almost maxed out, whereas Soulkey is floating between below 100 and slightly above.
Yeah, and that's enough supply for Soulkey. Like, he knows how to play at this supply. It's down when you get to about 70, it becomes almost impossible to hold on to everything. But at 100, he's safe for now. Now, some dropships coming in towards that 4th base. Ample is doing such a good job keeping pressure on in multiple locations. Look at this. This drop, he's going to snipe that Nidus, and that could lead to a game victory, Tasteless. If he gets that Nidus with nothing coming through it, he'll kill the 4th.
I don't know that Soulkey sees this.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I know it's on the minimap. Here we go.
Oh, God.
Oh, he gets some stuff through.
Okay, he picks it off, but Lurkers get into position. That might give Soulkey enough time. He has a creep colony there. You can maybe make another one. Losing a few extra units. You have to be so careful right now to not lose things.
Yeah, he has not remade that Nidus just yet. Some more Lurker shots going to clean this up. Meanwhile, he has taken out one of the Niduses here at the entrance. It's kind of a funny position here. I mean, Ample's so close to basically breaking the Zerg. And you know, at the highest level, it's kind of rare that after Zerg has Dark Swarm, you really see Terrans push through. But sometimes they just have so many Irradiates and so many Siege tanks and are dropping in so many spots that there's just not enough that the Zerg can do to keep up with, including someone like Soulkey.
Well, you can see Soulkey's doing a great job. Look at this. He's eliminating all the tanks. Oh, one tank is going to be left alive. And Ample is still making some tanks as well. And Soulkey did save that base in the that fourth base on the right-hand side, which is really, really important. I think Ample, though, like, if he continues to keep up pressure this good, keeps the supplies close to this, definitely doable. But look, oh my god, he's already added a second factory, and he's Soulkey now going into Hydra Lurker Defiler. And against Hydra Lurker Defiler, you need mass tanks. And Ample's economy is insane. He's got a lot of tanks. He's still got a lot of vessels. Great upgrades on his Marines and Medics. It's looking good for Ample. Like, I do like his position more than Soulkey's.
Yeah, more drops coming in over here. I don't see a Dark Swarm here just yet. I guess there's SCVs in this drop for some reason. And he's just going to go, what? He's just going to try to click this down?
Oh my god, is he a Protoss player? What is going on here? Oh, he is! Oh, the good old right-click on the base and lose all your units. Damn, okay. Well,
I don't even know if that was the right play or not, but I guess if it works, it's fine. It seems super risky. It seems super incorrect. I think you're better off just kind of straining them with their Dark Swarms and then finding the weak spot. But I mean, if that base is gone, this is really a Zerg that is fighting. Oh my god.
Huge play.
Such insane plays.
But no, I think you're mostly right there. But I say in this case, with these supplies, totally worth. Like, I think that was a good move for him.
Yeah, you might be right. I mean, you're so far ahead. All you got to do is run in there and stomp out the base.
Well, Soulkey's starting to break through. He's showing the power of the Plague Grind right now. This is really going to come down more to siege tanks. Soulkey is actually pushing back everything. The map control of Ample is falling away partially. I really wouldn't mind Ample going up to like 4 factory siege tanks. Just like, he's got a lot of income right now. If he can just... The center of the map is not that big on Sylphid. If he could just put up enough tanks that this push can't go forward, it becomes so hard for Soulkey to finish.
You know, this is such a crazy game. There's so much of the map that's being taken up, and it doesn't seem like either side can really break the other. Right now, Soulkey needs to defend the space. If Soulkey loses this space we're looking at right now, this game's basically done. And also, Soulkey doesn't really have anywhere else to expand after this. He is going to try the top left, and I'm kind of surprised there's not something there from Ample to check for this. But this phase of the game is just a lot easier for Terran to take territory on the map than it is for Zerg.
Well, his Soulkey is really getting low on economy. Like, he's running out of some mineral patches now. His gases are going dry in his main and natural. Like, this is the time, right? Like, 23 minutes, you should have both your gases dry. So he's going to have a harder and harder time. Ample is all over the place. He's stayed near max. Look at this giant drop in the back. Gigantic drop.
Yeah, and there's another big push coming up over here. Not very much to defend this right now. He's got some eggs trying to block. Some Irradiates come down here as well. It seems like Soulkey will actually clean this up. It's kind of crazy. It's like pure Hydra just versus stimmed upgraded Marines, but he's got so many of them, he can kind of make it work. The drones are being killed off. The Nidus is going to die again over here.
Oh, the Nidus is so important. It really does take a long time for a Nidus to make. So that is going to be an issue because another giant attack coming down to try to clobber this base for Soulkey. Soulkey did finish that base in the top leftish area. We don't have drones there yet, but it is up. Oh, that's actually a really good standing army right there. Yeah, the Plague is definitely the right call. Here's the thing. Like, Hydras have twice as much health as Marines, but they do explosive damage, and there's also medics. But once you Plague, it doesn't matter. The Hydra's one-shot everything. So really great combination. But that's where the siege tanks come in, as you can see.
Oh, my God. There's so many tanks here.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You can see how strong Zerg is with Plague. I mean, they're just able to do so much with Hydras against, you know, fully upgraded Marines.
Oh my gosh, this is so crazy. There's a lot of vessels in there too. If he could pick those off, you can see the look on his face. Like, Soulkey, he's been pretty sure he's dead for like the last 15 minutes. We've seen this look on his face.
가스 병력만 잡아먹어도 엄청 부담될 것 같아요.
Yeah, this is
What is
getting
that?
really
일반적으로
really
안정적으로
rough.
돌아갈
Did you hear
거지가
Korean
아니라서
commentators just start talking out of nowhere?
계속 이제
Yeah, they
가스
just
병력
popped
소모가
in.
좀
And
있었던
I was about to
김민철이라
ask the
Okay.
same thing to you. I'm like,
베스트리 많은 테란
it must be in this
상대로
audio file. So guys, I guess
뭔가
there's for some reason
힘든
right
상황이
here
올수
Korean
있습니다.
audio comes in. So sorry about that.
Yeah, we'll inform them that this mistake occurred, but nothing to really do about it.
But I mean, look, this game is completely insane. Eraser being played over here at that base. Zerg trying to barely hang on to this one base in the top left, but I just feel like the walls are closing in here on Soulkey, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Soulkey could very well be eliminated here in the very first round of the ASL.
Yeah, it is looking that way right now. This drop up here, he's trying to finish off this hatchery. He might actually end up getting it if he targets. Yeah, it looks like he might. Soulkey has held on to that right-hand side base somehow, some way. So few drones, though. He's got so little going on. Man, I think Ample is really close to taking this now.
I mean, Ample is about to finish this game. Soulkey's a good player and is able to hang on, and I think Ample's even kind of doing the opposite of what happened in the last game and just kind of slowing down. This game is not going to be won in a matter of like a split-second decisions anymore. He's basically earned this over 25 minutes of getting into an extremely safe, extremely comfortable position, and Soulkey's running out of air. So he just has to play methodically. He just has to trade favorably and as best he can. And I think this game is going to go to Ample. And this, by the way, is probably the biggest upset of the whole season, although we'll see what other games come.
Well, it's hard to think of a bigger upset than this. We have Ladder Warrior Ample possibly taking down Soulkey. And it almost had him in game one as well, right? Soulkey's still, I mean, he's still holding on. He still has supply. I was going to say ample supply, but that'd be too much of a pun.
Yeah,
but like it's
Dad
true,
jokes.
right? You're sitting at 100 supply. You can actually still kind of defend. It's just his gases are getting so light right now, right? He's got 2.5 gases because at 23 minutes you run out of your main and natural by that time. So like his gas is only trickling in. He is getting another one there. That's actually really important. Once he gets that up, you know, he can afford the defilers and lurkers a little bit better. But as of right now, Ample is nonstop on these drops. He's absolutely everywhere. But look at this. Soulkey is so fast to the defense.
He's so strong. Again, I mean, if Soulkey keeps playing like as perfectly as possible, I guess there's always hope. He does have that, you know, natural or third base, I guess I should say, on Sylphid. It's very low on resources, but he's got it. And he's going to have to keep fighting back. I mean, you know, Ample has really been, I think, patient, and he's really earned a good position here. But Soulkey just needs one more base, right? And, you know, Soulkey's basically been floating at about 100 to 110 supply, which is, you know, certainly not enough usually to win a game, but it is enough to not die at a Terran.
Yeah.
And, you know, Ample, who is maxed out, is now down to 165. A lot of his vessels are in the red. You know, a misstep there, and all of those are going to be blown up to Hydras.
Yeah.
Ample with a lot of tanks on the map. But again, you know, if let's say that Soulkey keeps that bottom right base, which it looks like he will, and then this base gets to stay here for a while. Well, who's to say Soulkey couldn't grow into the bottom? I mean, the game can go on. There's still more room in this game.
Yeah, the more vessel picks he gets, the more realistic it becomes as well. And he's picking off several here. This is a little bit wasteful, but the thing is, Ample can be a little bit wasteful. Like he can lose units. It's not about playing a perfect game here. It's about maintaining the pressure and making Soulkey fall apart. Soulkey coming down with these Hydras now, fighting against those Marines. Very few medics in there. So that is a little bit of an issue, but the defense matrices are smart. They're oh god, the defense matrices actually did really well there for a moment, but Soulkey starts to overwhelm it once again with the pure Hydra.
Yeah. You know, as long as Soulkey has some growth, there is an avenue here to try to take this game. The Hydras are fighting back really nicely. I'm worried that Ample's a little bit too spread out. You know, that moment that he right-clicked down on the hatchery, there was a moment there that I kind of thought, well, you really want to end this, don't you?
Yeah.
Like you're almost trying to just force this win instead of just kind of trade over time and win the final battle. Usually you'll see a Terran win the battle, and then we know the hatchery's going to die, and the Zerg taps out. But he kind of was like diving onto it and trying to clear it out. Here he comes now from both the bottom and the top. Really good angling here. Nice Dark Swarms.
Oof.
Again, not really enough. We've seen like so many tanks over here onto the side for so long, just not being used.
Yeah. Yeah, he could definitely bring some more tanks out and kind of leave them in sieged positions that are a little bit further back. You need to basically make it so that when Zerg is engaging, they will never get through the entire depth of tanks. And the further they go, the more they lose, right? So, like, they have to... Then, every time they move forward, they have to sacrifice a bunch to kill even 2 tanks, right? Whereas we're seeing Ample maybe a little bit further forward with some of them. A lot of them are still on defensive duty back at home. It's making it a little bit tougher for him here.
Zerg's going to move out again. We should have a Dark Swarm here. 1 fire bat in the group, but that's not enough to take out that lurker over there.
Yeah,
and he's going to keep leapfrogging the Dark Swarms. And I just feel like we need to have like a serious committed spread of tanks with this push.
Yeah.
And right now they look disjointed. Like these tanks have been here forever. I feel like I'm losing my mind every time I see them.
Yeah. Well, there's...
basically, the base that he has to kill, that one right there, that's all he's got left. I mean, there's a space on the lower right, which I kind of assume is never going to be picked off. But the other bases on the map, you can deny, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, especially this one that's like the pocket expansion. Like that one can be sieged from the outside area. You don't even have to go in. So definitely something that could be taken care of. Oh man, another big drop in here, and it looks like he has enough. Oh god, another Defiler comes up. The Marines are all hurt.
God, it's crazy.
It is the most insane stuff that Soulkey is still in this game, but his supply is actually steadily following now. Like, he's down at 90. He was at 105 for, like, the last 10 minutes. And he's down, like, barely at 90 now. This is how you grind a Zerg out. You can see he's, like, starting to smile. He's like, oh, God. He already knows the crap he's going to get when he's streaming. Soulkey, are you washed up? Are you done, Soulkey? It's like, dude, it's best of 1 against the best players in the world. Things like this happen, you know?
Yeah, he's going to come down again and try to push this here. It's crazy. It's like Soulkey's just barely winning every single fight. Just to the point where it's like a couple Hydras left over under a Dark Swarm. And, you know, the game goes on. Okay, he's going to try to push from here. I felt like this should have been happening a long time ago with a lot more tanks.
Yes.
I feel like if you had, 8 or 9 tanks, which have been in this game this whole time, and done this, he would have been winning. And I think we're about to see Soulkey tap out.
Yeah, he took his hand off his keyboard there for a moment. That's when you know that the game is basically gone. Nothing much left for him to do here. This is his last real mining base. Well, I guess the right-hand side still has some. But that's going to be it. GG. Soulkey eliminated in the round of 24. And Ample moving forward. I tell you what, I am so happy for Ample. I am so happy for this guy. He has been practicing so hard. He has been dominating the ladder, improving his play, and you could really see it here today.
Look, it's crazy that he almost beat Soulkey. He basically had Soulkey dead in game 1 today. Then they came all the way to this rematch, and in a very straight-up game, in a very hard-fought game, Ample managed to actually take out one of the greatest Zergs ever to touch the StarCraft franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. And it's wild to think that Soulkey's not going to be in the round of 16. I mean, I never would have imagined this was possible.
Yeah.
I was shocked when he didn't win last season again, but the fact that he went down like this is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I guess that happens. It's best of 1s. Crazy things can occur. Both games were highly contested. All 3 of his games tonight were highly contested. It is sad because I think a lot of people were hoping to end up seeing Soulkey versus Flash at some point in this tournament. Oh, interview.
And that does it for Group B of the round of 24 here at ASL Season 21, as we have our second player through to the round of 16 today in Ample. Put your hands together as we bring him out. Congratulations. Thank you. These were not easy games, but at the end of the day, you, Ample, are the player who advances on. How are you feeling? Honestly, I thought I had lost after I forgot my 3-3 upgrades. I think it was my desperation that let me win that last one. It was evident how desperate and determined you were in that game, especially in the decider match against Soulkey. In any case, you were ahead in supply all throughout. You maintained your army very well. However, you had some trouble taking down the wall that is Soulkey. Did you feel slightly powerless despite being so ahead? The game was going really well, so I thought as long as I keep it up, I'm going to win. Then I started playing poorly and Soulkey was playing well. Still, I'm glad that I tried my best. The center 8 rags build you went for in the first game fell apart to just 2 lings. I'm sure it must have been difficult mentally going into the decider. Can we talk about what went wrong in that first one? When I saw he had gone for a 12 hatch, I knew the game was mine. But his response was different to what I practiced against. I think that one is on me. It was quite regrettable. Losing that first game was a pity. You know, I actually wanted to play him again in the decider. Oh, I see. You actually did want to redeem your prior mistake. And so to get another shot at Soulkey in the losers match, you kept hitting JYJ over and over again in the natural. Can we talk about that game against JYJ? In that match, I ended up switching from the build I had originally prepared. I changed it thanks to Light, so I'm thankful to him. Actually, the early game Marine scuffle against JYJ did not end up favorably for you, but still your tenacity today ended up giving you another opportunity. As you move on to the round of 16 having taken down Soulkey. This will be your first group selection in a while. Yes, it's been a while, so I'm in a good mood. Right, and many fans will be looking forward to seeing you in the round of 16. Could you address the fans as well as your colleagues? I would like to thank my friends from YB for coming down to cheer for me, and I had a lot of people help me practice. Light Barracks, Speed, Shiny Scan, Higher. Who else? Oh, and Zergs, Soma, BTS, Saxry, Zealot, and Action. Wait, how much did you practice? A lot, right? Just hearing all the names of the people who helped you, it gives a clear idea of how much you practiced this time. I can't wait for the rest of the season. Oh, and also, you know, I used to be on YB. I really hope that YB and C keep doing well. Got it. Looking forward to watching your journey this season. Congratulations on advancing. Thank you. And that does it for our interview with today's second place finisher, Ample.
Well, there you have it, guys. What a day of games. By the way, kind of weird that we have Korean audio in like the last, I don't know, 10% of this broadcast. That's never happened before. So
yeah, that's a weird mess up. I nuked the sound like super low after that. After that occurred.
Okay.
So hopefully people are okay
I don't think
with that.
that'll happen again. We'll let them know. But yeah. You know, we checked the file and click on it to see. Okay, is there no Korean caster? But it would never occur to me to check like at the very end.
No, you can't do that.
Anyway, sorry about that, guys.
Yeah,
we don't want spoilers, obviously. So Soulkey and SAK are advancing. I'm sorry, excuse me, Ample and SAK are advancing.
Yeah. Very surprising Soulkey did not get through. And that is an extra Terran moving forward. You know, we have a lot of Terrans in the tournament, kind of expected more to fall out. But yeah, good job by Ample. I'm really happy for both of them because look, JYJ's a champion, Soulkey's a 4-time champion, but these two are very strong up-and-coming Terrans. I don't know if you can call SOC up and coming, but he's in very good shape. Next matchup, Hero, Tolbo, Larva, Shine. 3 Zergs, 1 Protoss. What do you think, Tastosis?
It's going to be fun, man. I think Tublo's going to have a tough time getting out of this group. These are 3 extremely strong groups. Could be, you know, with ZVZ, just maybe our shortest day. We do know that matchup can be very short, but it should be good. I really enjoy ZVZ. And I don't know. It's good to be back. I love doing ASL.
Thank you guys very much for tuning in and, of course, supporting the Patreon. Your camera move. This is the funniest.
Hold on a second. I'm going to try to move it back.
Whole world.
Is it over here?
Oh, my God. I'm
Where am
I? Well, I'm part of your head in the bottom corner. Okay. Well,
My
Anyway.
cat jumped on the table and I saw the whole thing swing to one side. So I'm in the bottom corner now.
Yeah, I have only your forehead and
go
part
like
of your
this?
hair. Okay, now we see your eye, so that's good. Okay. Wrong way, Tasteless. There we go.
This way?
Yeah, we got part of your head in there now. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching ASL. Hope that you guys are enjoying. Thanks again for subscribing to the Patreon and checking that out. I guess that does it, Tasteless. Anything else, Head?
That's it. Goodbye, everybody.